And we are live.
Hello.
Are we?
Huh. We are for
We
now.
are.
Are we ever live?
Dead is the new alive. Yes. Yes,
I
we
mean,
are.
look, Brockus isn't fully dead, okay?
This is very true. Very true.
I mean, gentle breeze wafts in or something. Yeah, maybe.
Ah.
A cave crab walks by
A
and like
pebble.
pinches him.
Pebble just boops him. You're like, oh shit. Lucas is gone. So yeah, hi everybody. Welcome back to an exciting episode of Mass Effect Horizons. I am temporarily cameraless. I will turn my camera back on after, as I am in the middle of wrangling a child. So there's a lot of me running back and forth really quick because yeah, someone's got energy. I wish I could sap some of that energy so I can have energy. Be nice. Share some of that with the parentals. But yes, hi, welcome. Just so you all know, couple little things here. I just want to get underway real quick. First things first, we are doing back-to-back episodes of Mass Effect as my schedule is finally back to where it should be. So next Thursday, we are having another Mass Effect episode, and then we are going back to alternating on Thursdays with Tricorn following after that. So just a little heads up on that. Also, we are having no Behold Lore this Saturday because it is Extra Life Day or week. Is it the whole weekend or just the day?
Well, technically the official day is the 4th, but I'll be streaming the 3rd and the 4th.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, go ahead and support Rojan as he will be streaming for Extra Life. So yeah, because he is doing that, we will have no Behold Lore this Saturday. I almost said Sunday. So just a little heads up on that. We also have a new show. We have teased about it, well, once, the Halloween one shot, but we have teases. We do have an upcoming show that is going to be happening just once a month. But what's nice about it is that it may go just a little bit longer than our normal shows, just to kind of squeeze in a little extra time. But we will put up the announcement in a little bit. But it is our superhero kind of X-Men style game that we're all kind of looking forward to. We're all having fun with that so far. And yeah, I think that is about it as far as I can think of. So yeah, Sonata TBD. Stay tuned. As always. So yeah. So let's just get into it as we left off with the crew who had picked up a new human, a scientist named Riley, has kind of joined the crew as far as following them into a section of the tunnels underground, deep underground under the ocean of a frozen planet, where they think that there is some good radiation signatures strong enough to maybe start digging and perhaps find some more objects that can help them on their journey to fight the enemy. And with a really, really incredible roll, you guys were able to find a very large source, a very large golem looking creature made of mechanic and stone with several large pieces of this radiation technology embedded in its body. What its purpose was, you have no idea, only that it started attacking you all. And at the very end, as most robots do in this game, because that's how the game wants to F with you all, it exploded at the very end, where unfortunately, Brockus and his daughter were knocked unconscious and kind of clinging to life. And that is where we ended on that part. So we are picking up today.
If I remember correctly, she was stabilized though.
She was stabilized, yes. So far, Brockus is, well, you don't know yet. So
are we out of turn order or are we still in turn order?
You're out of turn order, so I'll give you all a chance to do something before I continue on. Vera, you said you wanted to do something since you were next to Brockus.
Yeah, is Brockus unconscious or just like, conscious but dying?
Make a medicine check.
Medicine check. I can do that. 16?
16? It's hard to tell if he is alive or not. You're not really feeling too much a pulse. You don't know if it's because he's dead or it's just very weak, but it's hard to tell through the armor.
Okay, I'm just going to apply a Metagel to him then. Just
Okay.
a standard Metagel, because I only have standard on me, I believe.
Okay.
So that would be 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Mel, you said you were going to do something well?
I'm just double checking what Mel has, because not used to this character.
So if
Temp
the
character
Metagel
who is-
works
Okay.
and restores some HP on that 2d4 plus 2, you get a total of 4 HP back.
All right. We'll see what happens in a moment.
I think we will pop another medic drone.
Okay.
There is the repair drone, which is the medic with the little kissy face on it. And it's gonna go and you do healing. I'm trying to find the bot's information though. It's
Kissy boo boo?
kissy boo boo, but I can't remember what they call the spell on the bot, so I have to find it really fast.
That I don't know. 'Cause there's too much shit to remember in this game, so... D&D, it's different. Mass Effect, it's a whole different animal.
Now, had you said Zuna was stabilized somehow?
She was. Someone stabilized her. I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember who did it.
I think it was
Someone
Mel with the
stabilized
bot.
I think so, yeah.
Was it Mel? Okay. So technically that bot is still out because I think the bots
Oh.
only last for 1 minute. So the bot technically
Okay.
is still out.
Repair drone. I'm just trying to find the there it is. The repair drone. It's 3 a day, so I can do it again.
There you go, yeah.
Oh, it can only stabilize. Okay, I thought it had an actual heal. My bad. So I'm just going to attempt to stabilize him.
Oh, okay. Yeah?
So it's going to fly over to Brockus and attempt to stabilize him.
Okay. Is there a roll you need to do for that?
No, it just says repair drone can stabilize a friendly creature within 2 meters.
Oh,
As an
okay.
action.
Okay. So, between Mel and Vera's efforts, you do your best to quickly apply the Metagel, try to stabilize. His condition doesn't seem to change as far as his wounds still look terrible. He literally took a nuclear bomb to the face, almost point blank. His body is
Apologies.
for wear at the moment.
The bot can cast first aid.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So first aid, eject a friendly organic creature with nanobots to reduce pain and heal injuries. The creature gains hit points equal to 1d8 plus your power casting modifier. So that's going to be a 6 plus intelligence, so it's a total of 10 healing if that goes through.
Okay. And this doesn't affect your horrible state of Melness right now, correct?
No? That's a repair
Okay.
drone that's doing it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So Mel can still be in a horrible state, and that goes off the drone.
So, If Riley would have seen the bot go over to Zuna then?
Yeah, we've hit Zuna first and then
Seen
fly
that.
over to Brachus.
Okay, so what Riley would like to do is she has one Medigel. She would like to walk over to Athelia and basically wordlessly offer her, and I only
No,
have the one,
technically.
or walk over to Vera and offer the Medigel to Vera, motioning to Brachus, rather than trying to do it herself at this point.
Perhaps you should give it a go. I just did that with one of my own, and I don't think it did anything. So maybe you'll have better luck.
Okay, so that's a 2d4 plus 2, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. It has to be at least 4, doesn't it?
Mine certainly was.
Okay, so that's going to be another 6.
6, okay. And then what was your aid, your first aid for Kissy Boo Boo Bot?
Well, that was the 10 earlier.
Oh, that was the 10. Okay.
I was Kissy Boo Boo Bot.
Okay. Okay. So as you all combine your efforts, trying to revive or heal Brachus. Brachus,
Ah,
you feel warm. Almost like the sun's rays embracing you. You don't feel cold and battered as you look down. You're completely whole, healed. You feel great. And you look out a window you see nearby. You can see the sun rising in the sky. Familiar plant life in view as you look around. As you feel a pair of arms kind of wrap around you, you see a very familiar blue Asari giving you a smile. What you looking at, hun?
Hi.
You just gonna stare off into space all day, or are we gonna go training?
Training? Where am I?
You're home, of course. Trilla and Zora are out doing their thing, and Zuna's off digging in the somewhere, so I figured you and I just have some time working out.
What happened to the giant bot? The nuclear thing, the explosion. What?
Giant bot. I think you've had too many bad dreams lately. This is what you get bounty hunting.
He's just gonna like look. He's gonna like reach out and like just try to like touch her.
She feels real. She's warm. You feel at ease because of it.
Maybe it was a bad dream. It's weird. I was there. Zuna was with me. All other people with us. We were in an undersea mine. Fought a giant nuclear-powered robot.
Okay, I
And
think you've been out too long on these journeys. I think you need to stay home more often than you're bounty hunting.
maybe you're right. How are you feeling?
Tired, restless, ready to go on a mission, to be honest. I don't like staying in one place too long. Guess I'm my own hypocrite telling you to do that. But I'm restless.
What's the last thing you remember?
The last thing I remember? Well, just a few moments ago, you made us a glorious breakfast, always making way too much food. We enjoyed food around the table. And now we're here.
Remind me. How old are the kids?
How old are the kids? Okay, well, they're pretty young, so I mean, they're barely even adults. They're about 10, and twins are 5s, so they're little. Did you forget already?
Mercy here?
Oh, you never show mercy. She kind of chuckles.
And he kind of like takes a step back from her. No. This isn't funny. I don't
Sorry,
know
I
who's
thought it was a
controlling
bad
this ride.
joke.
I don't know who's controlling this ride, but we need to stop, and we need to stop now.
What? Is because I made a bad joke?
This ain't real.
What are you talking about?
I killed you. I watched you die.
She kind of puts her hands on her hip. She looks at you. She goes, "That wasn't your fault. A lot happened.
Yeah.
We were overrun. There was not much we could do. But you survived. You carried on.
You didn't.
No, but you cared for our girls. And I'm thankful for that." And you see the room start to fade to darkness. There's only one light. As you see her glowing, illuminating this very soft blue light around her. The image of her almost blurring, but you can still see her face. She holds out her hand to you. "I would love for you to stay, Brockus. But you know damn well that I'm gonna kick your ass out of here so you can keep going on caring for the girls. But it was nice having you for a moment."
And he kind of smiles, and nice seeing you too. Part of me'd want to stay, but we both know me going out that way isn't the way it's planned.
No. But at least you would have been in a glorious battle regardless. It is the Krogan way. But not your way. Not yet.
Not yet.
You see a smile curl on her lips as she looks over her shoulder a moment and back at you. "Now get your ass back to our daughter. She needs you now. More than I need you right now. I'll wait. I could learn to be patient. I've waited this long."
Kind of smirks and just gives her a nod. "By your orders, Captain."
Good. And the light suddenly illuminates around you, blinding you. You start to hear the voices, familiar voices of your companions, hovering over your body, trying to add med packs, med gel, and you see that familiar kissy face robot hovering over you as your eyes start to slowly open. And everyone else can see Brock is slowly coming to consciousness, still looking awful. His injuries, though you applied quite a few healing metagel towards him, he still looks awful. But he's breathing, and he's alive.
I think
can-
I think as he comes to, I think the first words out of his mouth is just the name Val. Kind of
Those
looks
hover the
around.
room, you hear that. And you do get 20 HP out of it, by the way.
He's gonna sit there for a moment and try to process everything, and then he's just haphazardly gonna try to quickly sit up.
I would
Z.
like to stop him if I could, so he doesn't hurt himself even more. Just like
It's
put a
easy enough
hand
to
out
do.
on his shoulder.
Considering he's in a weakened state right now, despite the 20 HP, I think it's easy enough for you to do. Stop him.
I think even through his armor, when Vera puts his hand on him, he sort of winces, seeing as how he's just been hit by a nuclear blast. I have a feeling that his nerves are a bit fried.
Take it slow, old man.
Where's the kid?
Kid, your kid, she's over there.
Zona.
She's fine. Well, she's better than you.
He's breathing.
She's breathing.
Good, her mom ain't gonna kill me.
You do see her body lying there. She's tattered, but nowhere near the amount of damage to her compared to you. As you feel like you took the brunt of it by comparison. She's torn and tattered, but limbs all there. Breathing. You can see her chest rising and falling. Just unconscious on the ground.
Brock's is gonna wince and slowly start getting to his feet.
Perhaps just sit up for now. Don't try and stand.
No, gotta get on my feet. We
There's
have to get this thing topside.
Yeah, we're going to. That's what we have these carts over here for that we brought with us. You just sit there and rest while we load everything up.
Kind of just like waves his hand at Vera. Does he have any, is there any okay, that was concerning.
Sorry, the music. I accidentally clicked on that. I'm so sorry. I accidentally
Phase
clicked on
3.
it.
Phase 3 of the
Well,
boss
now that
pajamas.
Brock is up,
I'm so sorry.
Um,
I misclicked.
Give me a heart attack there, Zoro. Does he have any
As soon
trouble
as you
standing?
rise up, so does another. Okay, go.
Cats, I swear, walks halfway into the door and stretches before walking in the rest of the way. Does he have any trouble standing up?
Your balance isn't quite there, but you're able to stand up.
Okay.
A bit of effort.
I think afterwards, Brock is just gonna hobble on over next to Zuna and sort of just like plop down next to her.
Oh my gosh.
oh
I'm
god,
sorry.
there it is again.
Just my music. I lost my music. I keep picking back.
Showing affection for your daughter. It's time for a boss fight.
This time. You chose poorly.
You showed
That's
emotion
the,
and activated the boss,
That's the
Oh my
eminent
God.
cave-in music.
right?
Oh god. I lost the music apparently for friggin' trying to do the cave music. I don't know where it went. So I'm like slowly going around and apparently hitting all the epic music. And I'm like, no, not yet.
So while you're looking for your music,
Yes.
Vera will help Brockus over to Zuna and make sure he sits down just fine without like falling over and hurting himself more. And then she'll just kind of stand up and stretch a bit and look at the rest of the group and call out, "All right, job's not done. Let's get this stuff loaded up." And she's going to use her squad leader ability as she calls out to the group. So anybody that's down some HP can roll a hit die and recover that much. And if you're suffering from
Cracker pie.
basically anything, that condition goes away.
What are
Does
my hit
it-
die?
Does it
I
do
think Mouse is
exhaustion
curled
at
into-
all?
Not exhaustion. It's
Okay.
charmed, frightened, incapacitated, paralyzed, poisoned, prone, restrained, and stunned.
Oh, Zoro, that's what I was going to ask. Do I have any conditions from the face tanking?
Yes, actually, you do have one exhaustion at the moment.
Okay.
I feel like Mel's
You
just
literally had a
fetal
near-death
position.
experience.
Yeah, I did.
For the record, he almost failed, guys. He almost failed. It was scary.
I feel like Mel's just curled into
Was it 2 and 2?
Yep. 2 and 2, and I think my
Oh.
was-
final dice roll
a
was an
10.
11. Oh, it was
For
a 10.
11, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like... No.
For the squadron leader ability that you have, do we have to count that we've used a hit die, or
No,
does that
this-
that mitigates
this-
that?
No, it's a free one.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
it
you.
does not expend any hit die from your hit die pool.
Lovely. Okay.
Yep.
And anyone that is missing shields, remember as well, by now those shields will have regenerated.
Zoro, is my armor damaged? Like, do I still have shields?
You are still able to regenerate shields. However, it is only half of what they can regenerate, rounded down.
hmm
And your armor is going to need some significant repairs. Because you took it point blank, your AC is -2 temporarily.
Oof. All right.
Good thing you know a human that likes to that can work on that.
Well,
I
you
do believe
also
Mel
have
does
a
that.
Jamar that knows how to do armor smithing too.
Oh,
Yep.
does he? I feel like I know someone here can do armor smithing.
Yeah, he does armor smithing and weapon
I thought Mel
smithing.
did armor smithing too.
Weapons of specialization.
There we go.
Armor smithing, yeah. Armor smithing is a specialization for Mel, though.
Yes, that I do remember.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the assuming the carts or cart. I don't remember if we brought more than one with us. Didn't get obliterated. I'm gonna start loading stuff onto it.
You know, I'm gonna be nice and say it was behind one of the rocks, as there are a plenty of them here. So
Good,
the rock
because
is gone.
otherwise Jamar would be fixing it in the field.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time.
You know what? Someone roll me a D100.
Not it.
What was that? A D100?
D100, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, that's I don't got it. That's a 2.
No.
Oh, gee.
Am I conducting field repairs?
You are doing field repairs. Yeah. So I did say ahead of time that a rock took a good brunt of the damage, but a lot more went through than was intended, as you do see that thing kind of smoking and on its side. It's not destroyed, but it definitely needs some work done.
This probably falls under an engineering role, doesn't it?
It does, yes, as you are going to be fixing something up. It's not a weapon and it's not armor, so it's just... it's
Well, that
engineering
dice
for
is
this
gone.
one.
Nadja, can you find that?
Oh no!
I
Okay,
mean,
I'm not
knowing
finding the
Jamar
song.
though, by the time he's finished fixing it, it will be both weapon and armor.
So
You guys are
I
free to
roll-
modify whatever you want. If you want to stack like lasers on that thing, you totally
That's a-
should.
that is a 6 on the die for a total of 19.
Jesus I rolled low. Yay. How much are you like immediately working on this, or is this kind of like a project for later?
I am not a medic. Baracus is not my concern at the moment.
Okay, fair. Okay, yeah. With 19, again, it has quite a bit of damage done to it, so you feel like it's gonna take you a good chunk of the day to fix it, before anything can really be done with it. But
I have
you do
Omnigel.
observe
I
it.
am ready to go.
Yeah, you observe it, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is fixable, but it's probably gonna take the rest of the day for you to fix her up. You at least fixed the electrical part of it that helps it hover and push without
That's important.
it resisting. Yeah, so you're on the right track.
I mean, we've got plenty of irradiated material here. Can't you just like jury rig up a nuclear reactor on this thing?
How
That
does
fall under weaponsmithing or engineering?
Yes. All right, yeah, Zuna's pretty much down for the count right now. She is kind of exhausted, but at least you don't have to worry, Brockus, about her, as she's fine. She just needs to, as they say, sleep it off. What are the rest of you wanting to do?
Roll into the fetal position and lay there.
Yeah, Mel ain't doing too hot, is she?
No.
Well, from what you can see, from the destruction, from those who do want to pay attention to that, you do see, of course, lots of bits, as this creature, whatever it was, didn't explode into like a million pieces. They're mostly large chunks. You do see a couple of pieces of that radiation, although you do see some of them are completely shattered into smaller pieces. But you do notice that the piece from its chest and one of its hands is embedded in the ground. Well, one's in the ground, one's kind of high up, not at the ceiling, but high up on the wall, kind of embedded. They seem to have only a little bit of damage done to them by comparison, while the others are shattered but retrievable.
Yeah, I'm going to be collecting all of these bits. And I'm going to collect some of just like the normal metal like casing and stuff of this robot dude as well, because I'm sure Zuno will want to study that at some point.
Okay.
But I'm going to put all the metal bits into one pile, and then I'm going to piece out all the nuclear bits so they're not in a big pile together, because that seems like a real bad idea. So they're kind of like spread out when I collect them.
Okay, so question. How are you collecting them? Are you doing it by yourself? Are you putting on gear and using any of the equipment? How are you going about this?
I am doing it myself with Celia's help. Not putting on any gear. Listen, not to brag, but I was standing right beside Brockus when that nuke went off, and I'm fine. So,
You can have Wheatley to help and hold the flashlight.
Wheatley is completely destroyed right now.
Is he?
Yeah, because remember, he took the whole brunt of the damage.
Oh. Well, I will have to fix that later.
Since science is sort of Riley's thing, could she offer to help in some way? Well, she'll offer help to Lieutenant Vera and ask if she would like any assistance, or if I should perhaps see to assisting Mel, and I will let her make the call on that.
Yeah, if you want to approach her in character, you certainly can. You see her kind of, her and Acelia kind of tag teaming it, trying to get some of the pieces together already. Also to clarify, he wasn't like obliterated. Wheatley is very much damaged though, and is probably not going to be, operable for a while. Just to be clear about that, Jamar.
All right.
Give me a day.
Yep.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Vera. I do have some gear with me that would be appropriate to help with collecting these materials, or if you would prefer, I could see to Mel if there's, which would be your preference if you would like me to help you here at all.
I've got this covered for now. It looks like Mel is in not very good shape. And being human, you're familiar with her biology, so perhaps you could take a look at her and make sure she's okay.
All right, I will see to that, Lieutenant. So I will go over and try to speak with Mel. Mel? Is there anything I can do to help you? And I used my only Medigel on Brockus, but if you have something I can help you apply to yourself, or if there's anything I can get for you. Lieutenant Vera doesn't seem to need my assistance at this time.
I don't really think a Medigel's gonna help me. Everything just kind of spins when I try and move right now, so I was just gonna... I'm very tired. I'm just gonna lay here. Oh, let me feel good.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know, can I do some sort of medicine check on myself to see if I can tell what's wrong with myself? I understand that's at disadvantage, but...
Or can I do... Can I do one as well?
You both can, yeah, certainly. Go ahead and do a medicine or science read.
I will do science.
I have to double check what her science is. It's the same for me, so I'm more stick with medicine, and that's going to be an actual 18.
Mine is a 19. Checking with science.
Nice. Okay, so you know with the medicine check, at least, Mel, that your body is going through the motion of something that you've never felt before, nor have you really experienced being a medic out and about. You are very fatigued. Your vision is very blurred right now, almost borderline hallucinating.
Mm-hmm.
Your body is kind of shaking, almost like you're feeling feverish, and you know that all you need is just water. Like, you just feel dry and awful. While with the science roll from Riley, you know right away, especially working down here, that at the moment, Mel has very bad radiation sickness. And you know that if it goes untreated, she could die from it.
With that, I'm gonna be like, do you have any water? I really could use some water.
Let's see. I'm sure I would have something like that with me. Just see.
I imagine you all would have, like...
I'm sure we
canteens.
do. Mel just doesn't want to move to get her own canteen out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I will get out. I'm looking to see. I don't actually have notes here that I actually have. I've got everything but, my actual
yeah, we all
sort
did
of
that,
kit.
I think.
But anyway, so I will get some water, and probably being a science type person, I would find something clean to wipe off the top of it if I had been drinking from it, and offer it to Mel. And then I would ask her if she's ever treated anyone with radiation sickness, or does she have anything with her that could be used for that, because that's what I think she may be suffering from.
She's gonna reach out and grab the water as she listens to your question, and it's shaking real bad. She's probably only drinking like half of what she's trying to drink from the shakes.
So I will kind of put an arm around her shoulder to kind of steady her, and put my hand over hers to assist her to drink some water, but make sure she doesn't drink very much at a time, just a little bit. And I'm going to look around to see if there's anything I can put over her to perhaps warm her to stop the shivering and shaking as well. There's probably a blanket or, some kind of thermal blanket or something in a kit that I can grab.
I mean, I've heard of radiation poisoning, but I don't have anything on me that would help with it. I think we have to get back to the surface.
I like a Constitution saving throw from you, Mel.
Would I know, as a scientist, approximately and a human, would I know how long she can survive in this state for?
As long as she's not exposed long term to it, and if it goes untreated, she has probably a few days, maybe a few weeks. But with special treatment, she can recover in just a few months completely.
Okay. So when I feel that I have her, that she's a little bit better, I am going to go back over to Lieutenant Vera.
And I got a 24 on that con check.
Okay.
Or save.
You feel like you need to throw up, but you keep it down. You're just like, I don't want this.
Oh wait, sorry. Her attack rolls. Sorry, there's disadvantage on that. I apologize. It's still okay. It's 19.
Okay, yeah, no, that's still good. You definitely feel like you need to throw up. You feel very nauseous, but you're doing an okay holding it down. The water's probably helping you.
I think I'm just going to return to the field position when she goes to leave.
And I will try to make sure that you're actually in the first aid recovery position with your head, sort of on one side with your head elevated slightly and so on, if I see you lying back down. And then I'm going to go over to Vera. Excuse me, Lieutenant, I need to have a word for a moment. I know you're very busy, but I think we have an additional problem. I believe that Mel may be suffering from radiation sickness. She does have some time, but I think it is imperative that we get her to the surface as quickly as we can.
That's right.
Well.
Your kind don't do well with radiation, do you?
Not
makes
usually,
you...
no.
It kind of fall apart, doesn't it?
Well, in a way, yes. But it's not a good situation for a human.
Well, you're familiar with these tunnels. Don't the scientists here keep any sort of, emergency kits in here? I mean, you guys know there's radiation down here, so certainly you've got provisions set up, right? Right?
Let me just check my my maps and see if I can see anything like a station that might have those kind of medical supplies. Very excellent idea. Thank you. So I will leave Lieutenant Vera and go back to Mel so that I'm close to her. And can I do some sort of roll to see if there, in fact, is a kit somewhere that I can access?
Go ahead and do a perception check to see if you can find anything within the equipment that was brought.
Okay. That's a 16.
60? Yeah, so you actually found some pills, radiation pills, actually, to... It's not enough to cure her of what she has, but there is a little mini first aid kit that Zuna brought down with the radiation suit equipment to at least get enough by for anyone who is exposed to radiation. So there are some pills to at least help, if nothing else, the nausea and the dehydration for the time being.
Okay, I will access that kit, take it to Mel, explain what I have, and ask if she's able to take the pills.
I held down the water, all right. I mean, I can try.
Okay, let's do them one at a time with little sips of water.
Good plan. So we will do that one at a time, small sips of water with them.
Taking
Probably
some
the first one
calcium
takes a
iodide because I totally did research on this shit. And made notes.
probably when she goes to take the first tablet, it gets stuck to the roof of her mouth because her mouth is so dry that it takes a couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You only need to take a couple for now. Obviously it's gonna take a bit before it kicks in, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's easy enough for you to take it right now. It's not like you're convulsing or nothing's shut down yet. Like your thyroid's still okay to your knowledge. Um, but your kidneys are still okay. Again, as far as you know, but
Yep, I feel like that was awfully pointed. Thank you very much.
yep, you're
Feel
welcome.
personally attacked.
But yeah, it's gonna take a bit to kick in, but you'll feel better once it does. Well, as better as you can be anyway. Not enough to get
Yeah.
up, but better.
She'll just return to her original position because that's everything's spinning. She doesn't want to stand up. She doesn't want to move.
Brockus, what are you doing in the meantime?
I think he's just sitting there.
Everyone's worse for wear right now.
Yeah. He feels like he got run over by his own ship at the moment. He's just pretty much sitting next to Zuna, like holding her hand in his, and just letting everybody just do what they need to do.
Okay. So as you are resting, Jamar, I take it you are spending the time to repair the little hover trolley you guys have so you can transport whatever Vera and Asilia collects.
Yes.
Okay. Give one more engineering.
That's better. That is 12 on the die, total of 25.
It's gonna make a joke like Ash, like, oh, it's slightly better. It's only a 7, so total's like 39.
We're getting
Plus
there. We're
13
getting there.
Plus 13. I'm working on it.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I miss those days. Okay. Yeah. So, again, it will take you the day, but you are making quick work of this. Enough now, like I said, you were able to stabilize it and get it to hover at least, which helps you since there's really no workbench to work on. Once you get it to kind of do its hover feature again, you're able to have a much easier time trying to fix everything on the bottom of it where its control panel is, and get it up and running again.
Good.
Did you want to do anything for Wheatley by chance?
God.
He's a pile of mess right now.
Let me look here.
Okay, the gremlin is asleep, so we're good now.
I need 8 hours of work to bring him back around. Well, is he dead or just beat to hell?
He took a lot. Let me make a roll here. He's dead, but his memory core and everything can still be salvageable. But it's definitely
Okay.
going to take you those 8 hours.
I need 8 hours and 2,500 credits. And my materials, which are in my shop.
Does anyone else have materials on them to work with?
It wouldn't be a big deal. I can basically just collapse him and attach him to my back like he normally is.
Okay.
And I'll deal with that problem later.
See, I went to go look up. You beat me to it. I was going to go look up to see, like, oh, what is it to get your bot back up and running? And I see they added expanded classes.
What?
Yeah, they added them a
Explorer,
while ago.
Tracker, and Musician, which is basically a bard.
Yeah.
Looks like a tech
Space
bard.
Bard. Oh
Space
man.
Bard.
I'm kinda
Experiment,
Okay.
Tracker, and Explorer. With explosive biotics.
Elcor musician.
There-
Yes.
I
Toots
know
the
what
flute.
I know
Toots
what
the
the
flute.
class is going to be.
But yeah, that distracted me. I was like, what? Okay. So yeah. Okay. Perfect. So Vera and Acelia, since you're just focusing on the smaller pieces, correct?
We're focusing on everything, including all the bigger intact pieces.
Okay, the smaller pieces are easy enough to grab. However, you do remember from what Zuna has explained that yes, you'll need a lot of little chunks to kind of do anything. But she did say the bigger the piece, the better the results. So though you are able to easily gather the smaller bits, the large ones are going to take a little bit of time, especially since one is kind of embedded in the wall. So how would you like to extract that?
How high up would you say it is?
It is about it has a fairly high ceiling. Yeah, I would say it's about 25 to 30 feet up.
That is within range of both my jump jets and my grappling hook tether thingy.
Okay.
So I think I'll probably start by using my jump jets to get up to it, and I'll do my
Okay.
best to like loosen the rock and stuff around it,
Okay.
and then getting back down on the ground, I will shoot my tether at it and get that attached to it, and then with Acelia's help, the two of us just grab onto the tether and try and yank it out.
Okay. Make a strength check for both of you. Why it keeps playing dark music. I have it on regular, just chill music, and it keeps playing battle music. It's very misleading. Sirenscape, get your shit together.
It's trying to tell us something.
It is. It's foreshadowing.
Acelia got a 19, and Vera got where's her strength? There's her strength. Also a 19.
Okay. This thing's a bit massive. It will take you a little while, but eventually you do kind of do the wiggle motion to just ease it out. So with time you are able to finally get that. Are you just letting it fall to the ground, or are you going to try to find a way to like get it down easier?
When I was up there with my jump jets and had like hands on this thing, how much would I guesstimate that it weighs?
Oh, that is a good question. I want to help you and give you an exact thing. Let's see here. Oh. I would say it's closer to, because of how massive it is, it's probably about 35 to 40 pounds.
Okay, yeah, that's not.
I know
bad.
that's not like terribly heavy, but it's got some heft to it.
Yeah, it's like catching a bag of cement. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, when it looks like it's starting to come free, I'll direct Acelia over to where it looks like it's gonna fall, and get her to try and catch it. Because my tether is attached to me, so I have to continue pulling it.
Okay. Just for funsies, make a dex roll for Celia.
A check or a save?
Check.
14.
Okay, yeah. Just want to see if she drops it. No, it's easy enough to do for you guys to kind of tag team it and get it down. Can we get a Constitution saving throw though from both of you?
Yes.
No, just a normal one. I'd say with advantage, but you guys have kind of been around it for a bit.
Is it to do with the radiation?
It does, yes.
Okay.
basically long-term exposure around it.
Because we are immune to the diseases and stuff caused by that because we're Turian.
Oh, you're immune. I thought you were
Yep.
resistant.
No,
Okay, yeah,
straight
yeah,
up
yeah.
immunity.
Okay, never mind. Screw that shit. You're fine. You can get it down.
What happens when you live on a planet with an irradiated atmosphere?
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah.
Radiation
Okay.
pals.
Yeah. High five. So you're able to get it down with ease. The other one's in a similar situation, but it's embedded in the ground. So with the same amount of effort, you can easily wiggle it out. Weighs probably just a little bit less because it was the one that was on its palm as opposed to the one in its chest. But still, you're able to carry and deal with that, as it does take a good chunk of the day for you to gather everything.
Yeah, and at some point while I'm doing that, I will suggest to anybody that happens to be around that it might be more comfortable for our injured friends if we set up our collapsible house, if there's room in this particular cavern for it.
Oh, there's room.
Did the
It's
house
big, yeah.
survive the nuclear blast?
You guys had it in its little cube. Oh,
Yeah,
but
but
it was
Brock
on
has
you.
had it. Brock has had it.
You know what? No, because it's a raccoon item.
So that means a yes.
It is
It
indestructible.
survived.
Okay.
It survived.
It was like, wait, it's a raccoon item, so it didn't survive.
No,
She
I
meant
meant
no,
it's
it did not break.
indestructible. It did not
Zor-
break.
Zora over here, secretly an agent of the goose.
How'd you know?
May the honking commence.
No honking.
Just wait, another honking will happen.
Oh, I hope so.
And then the kobolds will have to come back to kick the goose's butt again.
So
And squirrel.
hearing Vera say that, Brock is just gonna reach into like wherever he's holding the cube, gonna push the button, and he's just gonna throw it out like a grenade. Just letting it form wherever it lands.
Much like the abuse of Capsule Corp Little Electronics, it does the bot formation where it just starts to form a distance away from you guys, where you can comfortably have it inside this cavern area.
I think as soon as the house forms, Brock is just gonna use the rock to like slowly stand up, and he's gonna bend down and try to pick Zuna up and just head into the house.
Okay. You know what? Give me a strength check.
Strength check.
Mhm.
That is at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, that is not bad. That is going to be a 21.
Yep, and she is light enough, so even as she's limp noodle in your arms, you are able to carry her into the house. Is anyone else going inside the house?
I will
Once
try
I'm done
to.
working.
I will try to encourage Mel and help her to get into the house so that we can get her comfortable.
The house sounds real nice, but I'm pretty sure if I open my eyes, it's everything's still spinning. It's still spinning.
We'll go real slow, but I think you would be much better in the house.
So, leaning heavily on their new companion, Belle will make an attempt to get up.
Okay. You feel very weak, but thanks to the pills, you still find the strength to get up, and thankfully with you leaning on Riley, it helps tremendously it hurts to walk, but the pills are helping.
Get one of those weak smiles of gratitude, but it's only there for a brief second because it's no bueno.
He's bad.
It's no bueno.
You know what? Just for funsies, I don't think any of y'all remembered. Give me a second. I have to make sure this is an
Probably
actual
not.
roll. Jamar, can you make a history or straight intelligence check, please?
Ooh. I can. Let me just find it.
Okay.
History. Hey, guess what? History is straight intelligence at this point.
Oh, there you go.
It's a 14.
14. Okay. You can hear, you're not really paying attention. You can hear your companions, you know, their conversations and how they're going to move into the house. And you're like, yeah. And then the moment where you just kind of stop your work, sit up, and you go, shit, there's a workshop in the house. And I stored some shit in there.
Look at that. Past me had a brain.
You guys did that a long time ago. I don't remember how much you stored in there, to be completely honest, but yeah.
This sounds like most of Jamar's life, to be honest. It's like, oh, fuck, yeah.
All 30 years of it. Practically old.
It'd be an old man in another 5.
Yeah, there you go. So you kind of have that, oh, yeah, dummy, there's a workshop in there, and I have supplies in there.
Well, I will finish repairing the, Can I get the transport card in there?
You did recover its hover motion, so yeah, there's still a few things you need to fix, such as there is a bit of resistance when you push it, so you haven't fixed it to where it's light for you. Push it.
Then we are going to push it into the house, into my internal house workshop.
Okay. Which is easily accessible as it is through the garage where you guys normally store the Mako. All right, and since you were able to repair it, eventually, Vera, you catch wind that it is recovered, so you're able to finally load up everything that you would like on there. Are you doing all the bits of radiation?
Yeah, if it will hold all of them, I will put all of them on it. If it won't hold all of them, those 2 large intact pieces, I won't load onto the cart, and Acelia and I can just carry those when the time comes.
The good news is, you guys have carried heavier things on this, so it can. The question is, do you store it in the radiation containers?
If they're available, absolutely.
She did. You guys did haul that together with Zuna, so it just makes a difference if you decide to or not.
Don't particularly want my human companions to melt anytime soon, so I will
Appreciated.
put them.
I mean,
in the
technically,
radiation
Jamar could
containers.
eventually melt too. Almost everyone could melt.
Who are you and what have you done with Vera?
Hold on. Me as the player, I don't want my human companions to melt. Vera doesn't want Mel to melt.
There we go. She's already melting.
And Mel's already in process.
She's in mid-melt. She's smelting right now.
Wow.
Thanks, 7 days. Words. So is there anything else you guys want to do, as this does take you a good chunk of the day to do both the repairs. Jamar, it probably takes you a good, say maybe 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours, for you to repair that trolley. So it is early evening, according to your Omnitool watches, because obviously there's no sky in here. That it's early enough if you wanted to work on Wheatley, you could.
Then that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Plus you're an elf, so, you know, fun times.
I am space elf.
Space elf. Is there anything else anyone wants to do for the day?
Yes. Since Zuna is the one that led us down here this whole way, and we don't really know if she's going to be in any condition to lead us back out, I'm going to work with Acelia and the map of these tunnels that we have to plot the likely to be safest route back. Acelia does have the keen mind feat, so she remembers all of these details.
Yeah.
So I will have her focus on that, and Vera will just assist her with that.
Okay. And you are navigator too, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Vera is a navigator, and like I say, Celia with the keen mind. So
Okay, yeah. So with that, yeah, honestly, with keen mind, you wouldn't even have to roll. Um, between your navigational skills and her keen mind, you are able to formulate a plan and kind of decipher these tunnels, and you have a pretty good idea of how to get back. As it took you realistically about half a day to travel from where you were before over here. So you think you guys have a really good plan to get back.
once we've put that together, we will also forward that information to everybody's Omni tools.
And Riley, when you receive that information, say no. Are you hooked up to? You're not hooked up to Vera's Omni tool. I would not imagine so.
No,
Well,
not yet.
yeah. See, the thing is, I also have keen mind feet, and I think that may be how I was able to navigate down here all by myself, but Vera doesn't know that.
True. You also don't know Vera's mapping a plan to get back, so
I also
this is
don't know that, and
information.
she obviously isn't gonna tell me. So
Nope.
that's all. That's
I mean,
you know.
if you're helping Mel, you probably see her on until flash off with it.
Yeah, but Riley being Riley, I don't think she would feel that she would not ethically pry or,
She's not nosy.
She's not nosy. No, that would not be her thing.
I
you know,
remember now back to the moment when we first met Zuna, and Mel and Jamar immediately hacked her Omni tool.
Yes.
Or Riley, yeah.
Right. Well,
Riley, sorry, yeah.
Immediately.
yes, but
Immediately.
Riley would not reciprocate. Ethically, that would not be where she would be at.
Mhm.
I'm just looking though to see. I know I have that AI myself, right? That little the artificial intelligence thing that you said I had.
Yes.
I'm just
trying
trying.
to remember.
Well, no, I was just looking to see where it is, and I was trying to see the details of that very quickly, but I'm not pulling it right now. Anyway, what Riley would probably do is, if it's something that she brings out or brings up while she's sitting with Mel once they're in the house, she would start conversing with her artificial intelligence to get as many details and as much information about Riley's condition, or I'm sorry, about Mel's condition as she could. And then at the point where we're taking a long rest, I would also be able, if there is anything that is suggested by my AI, to synthesize a more directed drug and I could come up with a painkiller for Bracas, or I could come up with something for Zuna, something if I was asked, or since I've basically been told to look after Riley, I would
Do you have a
be.
med kit?
I have a chemistry kit. I have chemist tools.
Okay.
As chemist supplies allow me to create drugs. Part of a long rest, you may create a single poison, drug, or medicine.
Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Also, yeah, your VI is like a little, like, it's up to you if you want it to be like a little hovering orb or a little droid or something like that you can converse with. It assists you in looking up, recalling, and storing information, and intelligent enough to have conversations with.
Mm-hmm. So it probably would be like a little orb that I could take out and chat with, sort of like Siri, but a little ball that hovers, I think.
I imagine Mel did not make it far into that house before she found the first place to lay down, and she's just out. Just go to sleep. She don't feel good.
There's a couch right there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do. Yeah, as Riley starts talking to this little hovered orb, I imagine it's a lot like, I can't even remember what it's called. The little orb from Destiny. Just kind of hovers around.
Yeah.
A little
I forgot-
ghost.
Ghost. That
Like
was
a little
a
ghost.
Yeah, where it's intelligent. I mean, that was a VI too.
I liked him.
I liked ghosts too.
Yeah, I have the
Um,
item here, but it doesn't have a description with it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
my notes
it's
are a
under
little
your
too
bio,
brief, so-
by the way.
But under my bio.
Under your additional features and traits. Well, it tells you what it can do, but you have the freedom to come up with. Like,
Oh,
whatever
here it
it's
is.
like.
Yes, looking up, recall. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would be chatting back and forth with it to come up with the best treatment plan for Mel, because that was what I was told to do.
Yeah.
If Brockus seems amenable and Mel seems settled, I would go over and ask him as well if there was anything I could do to help.
I think at this time Brockus is like, he's put Zuna in the bed. He's gotten out of his armor and he's just wearing that giant white shirt that Mercy got him. And he's just gonna sit at the counter with the bottle of Rinsolol that he has, and he's just gonna be pouring like shot after shot.
I'm not much of a cook, Captain Brackus, but if there is perhaps something I could make for you to have to go along with what you're drinking, and a little something for the rest of the crew, if you can point me in the right direction, and I could perhaps pull something together.
He kind of looks over at you and he's just like, I appreciate it, but don't worry. Y'all are hungry. I'll still put forth the effort to make the food. I'm not
Oh,
dead. I'm functional.
Well, I'm if you'd like help with anything, a sous chef as it were, I'm happy to help.
You could keep an eye on Zuna. Keep an eye on
can.
Mel.
I will do that. Absolutely.
Okay. As Mel lays on the couch, slowly growing an extra pair of legs.
No, not yet. She's not at stage 3. No extra legs.
Yeah, you with the kit and with the time, it says you need to do a long rest in order for you to do it?
Yeah, so if we are taking a long rest, that would be,
Gotcha. Okay.
what she would plan to have done to be available for the next day.
Okay. Perfect. So between half the crew sleeping it off at this point, Jamar and Riley kind of going at it with their own little side experiments. Anything you're doing, Vera, before you retire for the night?
I don't think so. She's kind of worked all day, and doesn't want to overexert herself just in case there's more shit that's ready to hit the fan tomorrow. So, she's just gonna take it easy for the evening. Come rest time, she will take a watch, but she'll still make sure she gets her full rest in.
Okay. So, as you take your watch, like before, you do hear skittering of something down the tunnels as you can hear a very faint, distant echo, but nothing seems to enter this area. You get a good sense that this is probably a nice, secluded place. It's kind of deep enough that you guys have traveled that maybe there's nothing super crazy that you're aware of that kind of travels through here, especially since you guys, when you did travel over here, you didn't see a lot of footwork in the ground or anything, so you feel pretty confident that you guys are doing okay as you do your watch.
And as she goes to finish her rest, she's gonna set an alarm on her Omni tool to wake herself up a little bit earlier than normal, because I think she's gonna try to make everyone breakfast. But she's gonna do it when they're still asleep, because she knows that if Brockus saw her doing that, he would take over.
Okay. With that being the case, you all go to sleep Some of you fog out much harder than others. Poor Mel probably has some feverish dreams. But when you wake up, aside from the temporary -2, which is actually now no, it's still -2. The shields are still the same as far as the half generation. You are completely healed now, Brockus, as far as your HP goes. And because you took a long rest, you are no longer exhausted. Which means Mel is only at level 3 exhaustion now. I think she stepped away to feed Babu. So I'll just quickly do this for her real quick as we're just like, ooh, oh god, I went in the wrong direction. Not 5. We're not at 5. Okay, there we go. So she's at 3. And thank goodness, because thanks to Riley kind of creating a somewhat stronger pill for the radiation sickness, she is able to actually completely get rid of the nausea, at least. She's still very sluggish, still a little dizzy, but at least now she's not really hallucinating as much. I'll let her know when she comes back too, but she's better physically as far as you all can tell. And Brockus, you do see Zuna wake up as well. She goes, did we win?
Yeah, but damn did it hurt.
Are you okay? It's okay, right? Everyone's good?
I think this is the closest to death I've ever been.
I mean, you know that you being a bounty hunter, that happens more frequently than you think.
Kid, I face tanked a nuclear explosion. I saw your mother.
Hallucinations are a thing. I believe that. That's okay.
Hallucinations don't talk and they don't have physical touch.
Could also be part of the hallucination. If that's possible. That's just a figure of speech, right?
Hmm.
But
She told me I had to get back and take care of you and the other girls. That she would kick my ass if I decided it was time to die.
oh. That does sound like her, actually. Or you knew her well enough that she would say those things in your dreams. Either way, but whether it was a hallucination or not, I'm glad you're okay.
All that
You
matters,
feel
kid,
okay?
is you're okay.
Yeah, that's talk about close to death. That's the closest I've been to something so terrifying. So, do that again. That's why I dig in the dirt, as you call it. It's everyone else is all for adventure. I never was one for adventure of that sort, at least. Historical adventure for me. Huh. But everyone's okay? And everyone's good?
Functional. Mel seems to have probably taken it the worst out of all of us.
Oh no, is she okay?
Last time I checked, Riley had her stable. Not dead. She was moving under her own faculties, but I think the radiation really got to her.
Oh, I brought pills that we can use. It was for everybody, really,
Oh,
to kind of help with that.
They used them. They used them.
Oh, okay, good. Did I just drop a die? Heard a click clack. I'm gonna have to hear that later. It's like, okay, well that's good. At least the pills were used. Didn't want to have to use them, but I guess we had to use them for moments of exposure. But I mean, that's the whole point why we're down here, right? Was to find that kind of technology, and I guess in a way we did find that technology. Oh, we should probably collect those. That would actually be a great source of radiation for what you guys need.
Vera and them have already done that. Everything was taken care of. You were out all night.
It's the next day?
As far as I can... Is somebody cooking?
I do smell something. But did you leave something on the stove?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Ooh, someone touched Brockus' stuff.
Brockus is gonna get up and sort of like hobble stomp out of the room to
Well, let's see how well Vera did. Vera, I will need you know what? I'm gonna need a survival check from you.
That's fair. That's fair. Good thing she is proficient in survival.
Okay.
That is a 17.
A 17. Okay. What would you like to cook?
She is trying to make her best approximation of bacon pancakes.
Bacon pancakes. Okay. Are you making anything for yourself?
Nutrient based.
Of course, what you had already pre-made in your bag in a tube.
Yeah.
To be fair, Via has a lot of nutrient base, because remember when we restocked, that's all Athelia got her.
That is true. Yeah.
Because she made her angry.
The luxury food
Yeah.
is reserved for the ship. When we're out in the field, we have rations.
Okay. Yeah. So as everyone kind of one by one goes into the kitchen area, you smell a very familiar smell, as of course Brockus has cooked breakfast many a time for you all. It of course being both bacon and pancakes. As you do smell it, and so far it smells delicious. Nothing seems to be burning. However, Brockus, when you do enter the kitchen, it's a bit of a mess, as Vera's not one to cook. So don't know if you're gonna eye twitch or not, but it is a mess in the kitchen.
Yeah. Like he's kind of just like standing there with like his arms folded, like just staring at Vera.
Morning.
Morning.
Hungry?
What are you doing?
I believe I'm making food.
I didn't know I died.
Nearly.
That's
I'm
true, you
still
did say you were
kicking.
near.
You can cook plenty on the ship, Brockus. It's almost done anyway.
Did any of it make it into the pan? Kind of just like looking over at like the batter and everything all over the place.
The majority of it, yes. Some of them, the first tries had to go in the trash, but I got it eventually, I think. I mean, I can't really taste test it. I've never made non-dextro food before, so I think the flavors are right, but I can't taste test. So
You didn't use the cookbook.
there's a book.
I was hoping you'd say that.
He's like, yeah. There's. He walks around to a little cupboard underneath one of the countertops, and he just pulls out a legitimate book and just sets it on top of the counter. Every recipe that I've tried and perfected.
Well, that's good to know for next time. If, you all survive this time.
And you do see the cookbook, because you already know Brockus has had, many children of different races, that there are recipes for all the races. Most of the
Actually,
races.
let me see that for a moment. She grabs the book and she flips through it looking for pancakes. And assuming there's a pancake recipe in there,
Oh, of course.
Multiple pancake recipes.
looks through the ingredient list and nods and closes the book, puts it off to the side. I used most of those ingredients, yes.
What ones did you forget?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Are any of them done? Is there like any finished?
There's a small stack on a plate near the pan that she's been putting them on as they finish.
He's gonna walk over and grab one of them and just eat it.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. No.
I was like, okay.
So it actually tastes pretty good. You do get a fairly strong taste of uncooked dough. Like perhaps the batter was not fully whisked. There seems to be some of the kind of the flour sort of taste in there. But it's the best. Bad.
He's gonna walk over and pat her on the shoulder. Not bad. We'll work on it.
Well, I prefer not to. It's not really my thing, but, life or death situation, I can cook.
If you're gonna be the backup cook for this crew, you're gonna be trained properly.
You do taste an eggshell suddenly in the kind of the back. You're like, oh, okay. It's a little eggshell.
He's a Krogan. He probably likes the crunch.
Bacon's
He knows
crunchy.
it, but he's like, eh.
Has Riley come into the kitchen at this point, perhaps, or no?
Keep coming up at this point.
Okay. Being a lab person, she's going to take one look around and have a slightly horrified look on her face. And she's going to go over to Vera and say, excuse me, Lieutenant Vera. Perhaps I could assist by being a sous chef and cleaning up, if you would permit.
Assist by being a what?
A sous chef.
Not familiar.
Perhaps if we someday come to a détente of sorts,
what?
I can. Well, you see, that's exactly it, isn't it? There's all these wonderful words that we tend to use that no one understands, it seems. Perhaps you could teach me a little bit of your language and your expressions, and I could reciprocate. Do the same thing for you. Basically, what I'm offering to do is clean the kitchen up. Not normally what a sous chef does, but Brockus seems a little distraught about the state of the kitchen.
Brock is pouring like a giant cup of coffee. Think of it as a first officer.
I see. Well, actually, that would be appreciated if you wouldn't mind doing that after I've finished cooking.
All right, fair enough. Do you mind if I try one of these? They smell pretty good.
Be my guest. They're perfectly normal.
I feel like it took Mel a little extra time to get there, given her state. But the smell of bacon does eventually bring her into the kitchen. Which she looks around and she goes, Brockus, this is a lot more messy than you usually are. And she just kind of keeps, like, she's got tunnel vision almost to the pancakes.
And he kind of just shakes his head. It's like, wasn't me, Doc.
That gives her pause. Are they edible?
Is Mel aware
They're pretty
that
good.
Riley gave her the extra medicine?
Yes, so
Yes.
Mel, quick rundown. Yeah, since you took a snooze, obviously you're got one less level of exhaustion. Thanks to that, and with Riley's pill, your nausea is pretty much gone. You're still weak, but you're not hallucinating. The room's not spinning. You're a little lightheaded, but you can function mostly.
And as Grimar comes into the kitchen and all this, he immediately draws his gun. Our kitchen's been ransacked.
Calm down. It hasn't been ransacked. It wasn't an explosion or anything like that.
Well, there was a small one earlier.
What happened?
Vera tried their hand at cooking. I've already taste tested the pancakes. They're pretty good.
Everyone's alive?
They're edible? I can eat these. They're not gonna make me more sick?
What sort of a role would Riley need to know what she thinks of these?
For the pancakes?
Oh.
Again, someone where this is like, from. Just like with Brockus, it definitely was not whisked entirely. There are little bits of shells in there, but that's good. Tastes like pancake, just extra floury. Do you guys remember that scene from Sleeping Beauty, like the traditional cartoon where they try to make the cake and she's like, fold 2 eggs, and she actually takes the dough and then like puts the eggs inside and crunches them? Yes. I imagine that's kind of what Vera was doing, is how I'm picturing it in my head, is that green fairy baking where she's just like, 3 tisps. I don't know what that is, but okay.
Vera remembered the concept of whole eggs and just went with it.
I was like, all right.
It's easy.
God, these people eat weird food.
That's how I imagine Vera was cooking. Worked, but not quite.
Yeah. I mean, her first time making non-dextro food.
I mean, 17
the science is the same, but the ingredients completely unfamiliar with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the 17, that's not bad. We gotta give credit for that effort. So. So Zuna does kind of look around at everyone as she is partaking in the pancake. As she goes, I know some of us are feeling a little worse for wear. As she looks concerned at Mel, she's like, I think the pills will help for now, and the good Dr. Riley, you were able to assist as well. I think if we have everything we need and such a large chunk of radiation from what I hear you collected, Vera, thank you so much. That was incredibly helpful, and I feel awful that I wasn't able to help at all, so I'm really sorry about that. I feel like I slacked a little. Anyway,
You were unconscious.
I think I got lazy. Should have been able to wake up from that. I'm my own worst enemy, but still, it was much appreciated, and I guess probably better considering how you are okay with radiation. I would have worn the suit, of course, but it's I think it's what you guys were looking for. Unless you need a much larger quantity of radiation, then we can keep searching, but it's up to you guys.
Well, I think it's actually kind of up to you. You're the one that knows about this stuff. We're just here to be the labor. So if you think it's sufficient for what we need, then we can head back up to the surface. It's all loaded up on the cart already.
Do you mind showing me? I'll have a better sense if I can actually see the quantity.
Yes, after breakfast, of course.
Of course. I don't need my stomach turning looking at radiation before a full belly, at least. Good idea. They're not bad. Vera, you'll have to make them sometime for Mercy. I'm sure she would love to help you. She likes to put little chocolate chips in them.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
They, sometimes blueberries will put a little bit of fruit in there, but she's a child. She loves her chocolate chips. Little whipped cream, powdered sugar on top. She makes them very sweet.
Well,
she once tried to add cotton candy to them, and I had to explain that it wouldn't do anything.
Plus, it instantly melted.
Yeah.
I remember cotton candy. We had some of that on the Citadel during the little celebration that was happening.
Pretty good, just not really great for cooking.
It didn't really work well with my mouth set up.
Just trying to
We don't have lips like humans and Asari do, so it kind of got sticky. I'll pass next time we have some.
Why am I?
Explain why it
Brockus
doesn't
has
work.
like Brockus has like an idea to make cotton candy flavored nutrient paste.
Oh God. Yes. I mean, you could. It's just a flavor setter. It's so good. Yeah. But Zuna will eventually, of course, look at the hoard that you have got. She kind of looks at you in shock, Vera. She goes, "Calculations could be slightly off, considering the head injury, but was this all of it that you collected? It certainly looks like a large enough amount."
It was all I was able to salvage, yes.
But you
I
have
imagine.
2 of the spheres, like the cores, like completely intact. That's
Yes.
amazing.
I think there may have been more, but one of them probably detonated.
Hence the head hinge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are 2 significantly large cores to work with. I'm sure with Jamar's engineering abilities, you can actually create a case around it. I can already see it's kind of still in its case. So it's not the pure core, it's the core within the case, but
Yes, I
secure
tried
it
to
so you
not
can hold it.
tried not to disturb it as I salvaged it.
Which is smart, yeah. Just to kind of create a cage, if you would, I guess, to hold it up to make it easier. That way, when you want to use it against that technology that you described to me, it should work pretty significantly, actually, if not completely obliterate the shield. I think is what it
Shield,
was.
yes.
Yeah. If anything, weaken it significantly, if nothing else. But again, I didn't see the technology, so there's no guarantee. But with these large cores, it's really good.
That's what we were hoping to hear, I think. And if there's 2 of these cores, does that mean we would perhaps be able to create 2 of these devices or whatever they happen to be, just in case there's an issue with one of them when we go to use it?
Oh, of course, yeah, and we don't know the amount of damage maybe they have taken from the explosion, so, but with them looking fairly intact, at least externally, I think you have a pretty good chance. Again, if they don't work fully, at least with the radiation that emits from it, as you do see, she's got equipment to kind of test it and everything. She says, if nothing else, it will do quite a bit to the shield. Like I said, if not destroy it, then definitely weaken it. Penetrable, even.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I also, I don't know if you were interested in any of it, but I collected a lot of scrap from the Construct's chassis as well, in case you wanted to study that later. It's
Yes!
also here on the cart.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for thinking about that, Vera. As she goes and she gives you a big hug. She's like,
Oh.
thank you so much. That's amazing. I would love to have studied that. We've never even encountered anything like that before. That's extraordinary. Thank you.
A very slow and reluctant at first kind of pat on her back. And she does reciprocate the hug. It just takes her a minute.
I'm so happy that this trip went well. I mean, of course, I'm not done here. I have many more years of work to here on this planet, but this was a moment of discovery in this area. So we'll have to mark it on the map that we all have, and I think this will be a great place to continue excavating here.
Perhaps
In the future, I'm tired for now.
Yes, if you're going to be bringing more teams down here and excavating further, Maybe invest in more armed guards?
Yes, we soldiers per se here, but we do have plenty of scientists that have more uh, training when it comes to combat, or at least firearms, even biotics. So if nothing else, more precaution and maybe having them help as well would be very wise,
Um,
actually.
uh, Perhaps I'll pass along a list of reputable, lawful mercenary groups that would be interested in assisting for the right price, of course. Because
I
if
don't
there's
think my
more,
father wants to stay behind.
I said lawful.
Yeah, no, I said that's my father wouldn't really
Sorry, I
want to
was
stay
muted.
behind.
What do you mean? What do you mean not lawful? I'm lawful as fuck.
Well, I think our actions on Omega would beg to differ.
Omega doesn't count. You can't be lawful on a place that has no
Rox,
law.
you can't just say it doesn't count every
I
time you
just
break
did.
the law.
There's no law on Omega, so I didn't break anything.
I'm pretty sure we broke several of Omega's laws.
If by laws you mean skulls, then yes, but no, there's no law in Omega.
The rulers of the place, I think, would have very different things to say.
And they change from day to day, and
But they're still
to week.
laws. Just because they're different every day doesn't mean they aren't laws.
So
I
if the
still
law was set up to you have to kill a person a day because it's the law, you would do it?
I mean, we
if
kind
I
of did
was-
that anyway.
Well, we did. But if I was a resident, if I thought so little of myself as to be a resident of Omega, then perhaps I would have that sort of morality, yes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, just from the stories I've heard of Omega. I've never been there personally, but yeah, from what I've heard, it is a lawless place, yet has laws that pertain to certain people. I don't know. I just don't plan on going there.
The law in Omega is the caliber of weapon you have on your head.
Which for me is none, so no thank you.
We need to fix that, especially if you're going to stay here.
It's fine. Just need to train better on my biotics, really. Think about it. A pistol or two, as you made me. So, I'll practice again, maybe?
You can
We'll see.
practice on our way to the Citadel.
Oh, hold on a
I'm
second.
going to the Citadel? I thought I was staying here, Father.
Look, when we get there, we're going to need somebody to speak science and how all this stuff works to the Spectre and whomever else needs to know this information. I can't do that. And you
Actually-
are a specialist.
Well, thank you.
And I figured you would want
uh,
to see Mercy and see your sisters when we get together for the family gathering that we're going to be setting up soon.
That's right. That's not too far off. Well, the good news is I will be able to see Mercy once we go back topside, at least, since she's being cared for at the facility. But it's really my place to leave, especially since I'm one of the people in charge here. But you know what actually would be a brilliant idea? Sure. As she gestures over to Riley. It's like she's here temporarily for some of her research. She could certainly go with you if she's not against it. And she's worked more closely with some of the more radiation areas as well, at least in this area. So she would probably be perfect to help pass along that information. You see her maps.
Yes, I saw her maps. I still don't know how we got them, but I saw her maps. But you were referred to us by name. So
I'm honored.
I need to bring you back to the Citadel, just in case your specialty is needed.
I mean, Barkus, why wouldn't we just be able to call her on the have a hello meeting?
Because I don't want to hear that she can't be reached because she's down in these caves again. And which I know her, she'll be down in these caves the moment we leave.
We take a day off to recover, but and back to it.
He kind of like gives her like that's a bullshit response and you know it look.
Okay, maybe like an hour. And then come back. You guys attract a lot of attention. There was that strange elemental beast and then those strange undead creatures and now this I don't even know what it was, construct of some sort, but it's a lot of adventure.
Well,
At least for
it's
that
not
kind.
it's not like we're taking you to raid a pirate outpost or anything. We're literally just taking you to the Citadel.
Think about it. If anything, the good news is you found a significant amount for us to take back topside, and with that creature gone, we should be safe enough to reach the surface back in those submarines, so it's just a matter of travel and not getting lost, which, between me and Riley alone, we should be able to get us back.
How do you get lost? You just go up.
Yes, but there's a lot of tunnels that we had to navigate through.
Oh yeah.
Get lost in the tunnels. Remember that we had that whole day of just going around in circles? Remember that was the other day? Yeah, no, but it's you have to navigate through the tunnels.
Acelia and I have actually already planned out a route for us.
Oh, right, you have the map. See? So, extra help. Either way, I'm ready to go back topside for a moment anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, I've had my share of these caves. I don't have to see them again soon.
Yeah. Understandable. You more action than science too. You don't like to sit too terribly long, so is everyone ready to go then?
Do we all have to go? Or can I not continue my research here?
Well, it sounds like we might be called upon for a specter, it sounds like. And they are quite important. So, if anything else, we at least have to report in and tell them of our findings, if nothing else. And then go from there?
Well,
and if you're wanting a ride anywhere, we're leaving as soon as we're ready.
Well, I would have to consult with my superiors to see if I have enough data from this site to move on to the next one or not. So I can get in touch with him. I really had hoped to collect more samples first, but we'll see if this is adequate for what is required to, to get proper statistical analysis and so on.
If anything, topside to start and then go from
Although,
there.
I do seem to be making Lieutenant Vera rather nervous, so perhaps I should be making my own way up. I got down here myself just fine.
Look, if anything has taught me about Vera, the only way she gets stronger is facing her fears. So she's just gonna have to deal for the betterment of the group.
I'm not fearful, I'm appropriately cautious.
Stop pointing a gun at her all the time now, so,
Not all the time, no.
It's probably
because she didn't really have a free hand, I suspect, but that's
probably hidden
matter.
under all the batter.
Oh.
We're not eating metal, are we?
Kind of just like looks at her. I don't know, are we? You fire off a few rounds into the pancake batter.
If she had the lips to whistle.
That's right. I guess they can't really whistle normally,
Nope.
can they? I mean, they could do like the
Nope.
tongue whistle, but not the normal whistle.
Nope.
No, there's no metal in the batter. I mean, I don't think.
Oh, good. But dwell on that. I'm just gonna pretend that we should probably go. If anything, go to topside. We need to report in anyway and make sure everyone else is safe from before because we had that emergency evacuation. So we should, if anything, just report topside and then go from there. So let's not be too hasty on anything just yet. And, let's just get out of here for now.
I am happy to push the cart if nobody else would like to take that role. If we get jumped by something, she kind of glances over at Riley for a moment. I don't need free hands to shoot someone, so it's all right if I'm pushing the cart.
Well, if you had me pushing the cart, then you perhaps could keep a better eye on me, but I don't know if I would be as efficient at it as you are.
And it's probably best the humans keep their distance from the irradiated material. I mean, it's in cases, but you never know.
I do have a suit, Lieutenant.
I will be. I will be.
In fact, perhaps I should
Yeah.
loan the suit to Mel, just to make sure she doesn't encounter any further radiation.
Not a terrible idea. Just in case.
Not- Not opposed to it.
Okay, I was worried when I found out what happened.
I'm not feeling my best, that's for sure. But you took quite a tumble yourself. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm not as battered as the others, but we definitely should have you looked at when we go topside, when we have a proper medical facility for us to examine you and see what the damage may be. So just hang in there. It's about a day and a half, maybe just a day, depending on our progress, to get topside again. So just hang in there, okay?
I'll never say no to an examination if you're going to be assisting.
Of course. I want to make sure you're in tip-top shape. Of course I'll be there to examine you. If you allow it, of course. That's not weird, is it? Is that too personal? Is that too much in your space? Is that a human thing? In your business, I think is what it's called.
It's fine.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let's pack up this house and we'll make our way out. Actually, this works out great too. Put the equipment back on there and it'll be easy to haul everything. All right, and with that, Vera, are you and Acelia gonna lead the way back?
I will have Acelia take the lead, and I will be in the back of the group pushing the cart.
Okay. So with that, go ahead and have Acelia make a survival check with advantage, since you do have a map to navigate by. And Luna is very much kind of just hanging out with Mel, kind of fussing over her, making sure she's good. So they're probably like middle. Plus, don't want to get too terribly close to the radiation in the back. So yeah.
Celia got a 15 on that survival.
Okay. Yeah. That is not bad. As yeah, it's a little slightly slow and steady just to kind of get your bearings and get back. But thanks to her keen mind, she's able to remember from where you guys came from before and kind of readjust if need be. And you guys are able to make it back, since of course it didn't take you too terribly long to get down here in the first place. You are able to make it back to that one campsite that was set up when you first came down in the elevator, where you do see those old ruins. Strange enough, you don't see the bits of flesh of those decomposed bodies anywhere? You don't see or hear anything. Just kind of mush on as you do make it in the elevator. The elevator, though spacious normally, is slightly cramped because of the cart, but again, it's not, it's a very short ride for you guys to kind of make it back up to the, at least the surface part, when the water hits the ground part, part of the surface, as you guys are still very much underwater. At this point, because it has been about, it's been about 3 or 4 days since then, you do see that the facility has more of the scientists there now, kind of waiting to make sure everything is clear before they continue exploring the ruins and everything. Some of them are familiar faces when they came back down to kind of make sure everything was okay. The submarines seem to be there. There doesn't seem to be just one anymore. There is a small handful of them now, as you guys would be able to, like before, fit comfortably with a handful of people in these submarines. Unless you guys want to do anything else before you decide to ascend.
Nothing for me, no.
Oh. And of course, you know, a lot of the scientists do kind of are thankful that both Riley and Zuna are doing okay. Nothing else seems to their knowledge at least, is kind of lurking and making sure that everything's good from the adventure from days prior. Letting you know that they have made a few trips back and forth. So far so good. They say nothing seems to be lurking. To their knowledge, everything seems to be completely safe going back and forth. As you guys are able to load up in your own submarine and get you back topside, which, if I remember, takes an hour, because you guys are pretty deep in the water, but you guys take about an hour topside. And so at this point, we're going to go ahead and take a short break before we resurface and see what goes on topside. So don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back.
Riley will be in a lab, but Riley's much happier out in the field.
Yeah.
All right, and we are back.
No, we're not.
No, Raven's not back, I don't think, entirely. But
Way to pay attention, DM.
You know.
it's okay.
Is it though?
I can hear coffee happening somewhere, so it's
Oh,
all
there we
good.
go. He's here in spirit. Coffee
Unacceptable. How dare you? It's not
There we
like
go.
we haven't done it before.
Spirit. I
Oh.
know. I apologize if I keep rubbing my eyes. I think my contacts are at that point where I'm like, you need to change them because they're like drying out like nobody's business.
Oh,
Aren't you supposed to change them out every day?
depends on the
No, mine are
contact.
monthlies. Mine are monthlies.
Oh,
I have
So-
daily
Wow.
ones. That's
Yes,
because
I'm
I
gonna
mostly
put it
wear the
that way.
glasses.
But it's that time of the month, so I need to change them. Yeah.
Okay.
You live?
So
I'm alive. I have coffee.
we have coffee.
Alright.
Nah.
That's the important thing.
Yep. Exactly. Okay.
Do you have an
perfect.
energy drink for that coffee?
Oh. 2 parts sugar, 1 part coffee.
My man.
I'm gonna need coffee tomorrow.
Oh.
Yes, you will.
Because I gotta wake up early in the morning and prepare.
You have fun with that. Oh, thank you. But yes. As we come back, you guys are able to make it topside, where it is freezing cold once more. You guys were cold when you were in the water, but now you're kind of in the elements. But thanks to your suits, you have you're comfortable in your suits from this kind of level of cold. As you start to make your way back towards the facility, kind of going up the snowy ice cavern that Zuna was able to walk you through once before, and about another hour of travel. And again, it's just kind of one continuous staircase, so you guys can't get lost unless you pull a Zorro and you just go the opposite direction. You guys are able to make it up. Mel, I will need a Constitution saving throw from you.
This dice been treating well nice tonight.
Actually,
Doesn't
give me
work
2
like-
of them.
I mean, why would you
Not
do
to
that
do
to
it
me?
I forgot to do it from before.
You threw off my groove when you said 2 of them. So one's a
Yeah.
10 and the other's a dirty 20.
Well, you do it at disadvantage anyway, so.
Oh, I just oh, true. So that's a 10.
Okay. Oh.
That's an 8.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's a nat 1, girl.
No, it was
Okay.
a 3. 3.
Okay. Well.
I got a 19 and a 3 and a 15 and a 5. So one of the dice was being nice each time, and the other one was like, no, fuck you. And it was opposite dice each time.
Nope. It does take you guys longer to get up this icy cavern. As Mel, you are starting to feel woozy again. Your nausea's not there, but because of the different being exposed to different elements and different pressures, your brain's kind of in overload at the moment. And Zuna kind of looks at you as she is kind of caring for you. She's like, do you need another one of those pills? You look a little pale. Here.
I know that there's a limit of how many of those you can take without harming yourself.
Doesn't matter.
No,
It's
not
been a
really.
day since
let's be honest, no.
It's been several hours since your last pill, so
Okay.
let's just say it's safe for you to take the next pill. How about that? Time-wise.
Yeah, another one would probably be good. Things are starting to get fuzzy again, and
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Here, take it with some water. As she kind of helps you Like, she does the whole thing, too, where she, like, holds up your chin and gets, like, the water canteen to kind of help you. She's like, okay, just take it easy. Do you feel better? Well, better for now,
Yeah.
anyway, until it kicks in.
Gotta let it kick in. I'm doing my best here to keep up.
No,
It's not easy.
you're fine. Actually, since you're kind of wearing the suit, Vera, would it be okay if Mel hitches a ride a little bit, so give her a little bit of a break? I think her body's kind of hitting that limit right now. This is too much trouble and too much weight. You're heavy, Mel. I just meant more weight for Vera. I think you look thin and wonderful. Vera, help me out here.
I was about to suggest the same thing, actually.
Okay.
I don't really want to be near that stuff, but I mean, I also don't want
It's
to
all
walk.
in protective cases, and you're also in a protective case. But made for people.
Exactly. Protection.
I don't want to walk right now.
You might want to go on.
Go hobble over to the the cart, and very awkwardly, does not look pretty, sprawl myself across it. Prop myself
She's
up
beauty,
on something.
she's grace. No, she's not.
No, not right now.
No, just. She does kind of rub your back a little bit though, and she's like, yeah, just take it easy. It's not too much further now. So just hang in there, okay? We'll get you to a facility as soon as possible, okay? Examine you to make sure you're good, and they'll have things to help you there too. We prepped for these kind of situations. First time it's been this extreme in a really long time, but still we've kind of prepared for this, so just hang in there, okay?
Doing my best.
Okay. Good. As you guys continue to climb now, and Vera, with your strength, you're fine.
It's a magic space cart. It's fine.
Exactly. And Jamar did a fantastical job fixing that up, so what's a few extra rounds? As you guys continue to climb up, and when you open up the cave, can I get perception checks from everyone? Except Mel, because Mel's probably... Unless Mel wants to take a peek, but I don't think Mel's in that state of mind to peek.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Perception?
Perception, yeah. Vera, what do we get?
Well, I think Vera is distracted by Mel, because Vera rolled a 12.
Oh,
But Acelia
Okay.
got a 16.
okay. Jamar?
6.
Oh. Okay. Jamar just lost in his own thoughts, patting his back for fixing that cart.
It
Riley.
happens.
Tired him right out, apparently.
Yeah. What'd you get, Riley?
Only a 12. That's well.
Oh, okay. Brockus, save us.
That's a good old 8.
You guys sure you don't want Mel to make the roll?
We're just all real tired at this point.
That's fair. That's fair. Hopefully, though, with Acelia, as you guys start to slowly exit the cavern, she kind of holds a hand up for everyone to stop. And she kind of peeks around the corner a little bit, and she goes, "Can't tell if that creature is still here from before. Big ice creature."
Ugh. Remind me again. It's vision based on movement.
Oh, yeah, those things from before? No. Oh, no. It's more exactly sound based, but it senses movement in the earth. Like tremors, whatnot, so it can sense footsteps. It's actually blind and sure deaf, but it's the movement it senses in the ground. Kind of like reverse echolocation. In the feet instead of the mind.
Everyone walk very softly. Vera, you have any grenades we can use to distract it just in case?
Grenades, you say?
Nothing high explosive or enough, just enough to make a vibration in the ground to pull its attention somewhere, just in case it detects one of us.
I wonder if a lift grenade would be enough to get its attention. It's not going to explode and throw debris everywhere, but it is a very localized area that it affects. You know, it'll pick stuff up off the ground and then just drop it right back down.
That would work. Technically, yeah.
Alright, let's get eyes on these things first, and then I'll toss one when we're ready to go.
All right, Brockus is gonna pull the shotgun out just in case.
I mean, you can use fire now.
Oh, like he can, huh?
If you wanted to. She
Switches
said
it
no
right
fire
to,
down below.
Switches it right to fire.
Okay. Those who are paying attention, do another perception check, please. I guess you look like you have a result.
Yeah. That's a natural 20 for 25.
Jesus, okay. Vera?
11,
Acelia?
12.
Oh. Riley?
19 on the dice for 25.
Oh, okay. Jamar, are you looking?
I am. Well, I'm attempting to. Yeah, that's a 6.
Oh. Jamar's just like, looks like ice to me. As, Riley and Brockus kind of peek around the corner, just past where Celia is. You kind of squint, and you notice that just a few feet off from you guys, blending in so cleverly into the cliffside, you see that multi-headed creature just lurking. You can't tell if it's sleeping. You don't know if it's hunting or anything. It just doesn't seem to be moving. But you recognize those heads kind of sticking out to blend into the environment.
Remind me again, what was this multi-headed creature?
She called it a screamer. It is made of pure ice. It is very tall. Think of a hydra. Has multiple heads.
It's gonna do what Astelia did and just hold up his fist. We got one of those screamers just around the bend. Looks like it's sleeping right now, but it's in the wall. And he'll like anyone who wants to like take a look around the corner and stuff, he'll point it out.
Some of you can kind of see it, some of you not, but believe it. You were able to witness it before, so you kind of know what you're looking for.
So maybe if it's sleeping, we try and just be as quiet as we can, and then if it seems to stir at all, that's when I throw the grenade, or...
Would be a good idea. If it's asleep, I don't want to disturb it unless we actually need to. Okay. Just have it ready just in case. The Mako's park's not too far from here. We just need to get past this area is all. Alright. Quiet as a mouse. As I need everyone but Mel, thankfully, who is on a hover cart.
Thank
I need
God.
stealth rules.
Oh, Lord.
Whoever investigates in stealth. I actually need to look up.
Why do you must do this?
I'm sorry. You
How
guys were
stealthy
successful
would a
last time.
Krogan be?
He was the only one that you guys couldn't see when they came up on
Oh,
Riley.
that's right.
He was the
That's
only
right.
one that was like, I am the fucking knight. And everyone else was like, whoop, whoop. So, pretty stealthy.
Well, pretty stealthy that you know.
Well, yes. What's her stealth? Let me see here. As I expected. Okay, yeah.
All right. Fucking.
Okay. All right. Skipping Mel because Mel is doing pretty right now. Vera and Acelia.
So Acelia got a dirty 20,
Nice.
and Vera, very surprisingly, with her disadvantage on stealth, got an 18.
Okay. All right. Jamar, elves are supposed to be light on their feet. Are
17.
space elves? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Riley.
Riley definitely saw the critter and unfortunately got a little bit nervous, and stealth has never been her forte with science, and she only got a 7.
7. Okay.
7, yeah.
Raucous.
Space elves may be stealthy, but space turtles, on the other hand, are not. That's a 5.
I love it that we saw it and we can't keep quiet. Oh dear.
Look, he's only got a 2 to stealth, and I rolled a 3.
I've only got a 1 to stealth, so.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to make a roll because it was originally doing a group succession, but it's split down the middle with really bad versus really good. Because, Zuna got a 5.
You know what solves this?
A coin
Just
flip.
flip a coin.
That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna roll a d20. It's the highs and lows versus situation. Actually, let me see this creature's. You know what? I'm gonna base it off this creature's sense. Let's do a roll on that and see how high or low it rolls.
It's passive perception.
I mean, it doesn't have one technically. Again, another reason why I'm glad you guys rolled really high, because it actually has advantage on its stealth in a snowy terrain, so it's like... Give me a second, where is it? Is it off of? There we go, okay. Oh, okay, alright. So you guys start to tiptoe very quietly along. Some of you kind of twitching a little bit as you do hear the very audible crunch of the snow in some parts made by some of your companions. You do hear little pings of ice cracking as you step. You all will kind of stop. Wonder if the creature heard. Continue on. And it's not until perhaps Zuna making sure that Mel is okay, knowing that she's not in the right state to be in a battle at the moment. Probably half of them. She doesn't know. She was passed out. However, she did not pay attention and kicked a chunk of ice. Not too terribly hard, but enough for it to kind of pitter-patter down the slope a little bit, making a very small echo. As some of you can now see, very visibly now, what looks like a couple of heads start to shift and turn towards that direction. And starts to slowly get up on those arachnid-like legs made of ice. And very slowly starts to move towards that direction. Almost like it's trying to sense more movement in the ground.
So as soon as it starts to move, that grenade is going out.
Azuna looks at everyone and goes, I'm sorry. My fault. Okay, where are you aiming that at?
So I think I'm actually, rather than throwing the grenade like behind it to distract it or something, I'm gonna throw the grenade directly at it on the off chance that it fails the save and gets lifted with all the debris around it.
Okay. This just goes off, correct?
Yeah, so I throw it at a designated area, it reaches that area, it goes off. But any creatures within the area need to make a strength save in order to resist it.
Okay, so you're trying to throw it pretty close to the creature then.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it directly at it.
Okay, it is a little bit of a distance away still from you guys. Go ahead, just make me a dex. Just a straight dex.
17.
17? Okay, yeah, you're able to get it really close to this creature. You said a strength saving throw?
Yep.
Alright, this die. That is a 22.
A 22, so it will save against it. The DC was only 12. Grenades
Okay.
have really low DCs on grenades.
Yeah.
But everything in a 12-meter squared area around the center of this grenade gets lifted up. So all the snow and the ice debris and all that all goes up in the air and then drops down on the ground around it. So hopefully making enough noise around it that it kind of loses track of our footsteps.
Okay.
And as soon as the grenade goes off and things get lifted, I will yell, run.
Okay. As soon as it lifts up, you see it's a good chunk of ice that actually seems to come up and drop, kind of shattering parts of it, kind of alerting the creature as it immediately looks over. And before you tell them to run, Vera, can I get a perception check from you? Acelia actually would be looking at this too. She does follow your commands.
We rolled good on our perceptions for once. So Acelia rolled, what is her perception? +2. Acelia rolled a dirty 20, and Vera rolled a 25.
Dang. Okay, so both of you see this. As soon as you see it lift up, the second before it falls, you kind of open up your mouth to say run. When you notice, there's something that was hidden underneath the ice. And you know exactly what this is. Anyone actually would know what this is, as far as it being common knowledge. As you see very clearly a cryopod.
Oh.
You see it online, as you do see some of the lights blinking. As you do see that it's an active cryopod.
And how big
That seems
is
to be
it,
exposed.
approximately?
From where you are, it's hard to tell, but it's quite wide. It almost reminds you of like a Krogan. It's almost Krogan-sized.
So if you were going to give it a creature size categorization, it would be a medium-sized creature?
Roughly, yeah. On the higher end of the spectrum.
And what's the distance between us and this cryopod?
This creature is probably a good 35 feet away. It is turning its
Okay,
attention completely in that area. Of course, it being blind, it's not looking down or anything like that. It's more of just sensing as it turns and shifts away from you guys.
Okay. So treating this as though it was around in a turn order, an action was to throw the grenade. Could I use my adrenaline rush, my action surge, to do another action within this very brief time period?
Since you're not in battle and you were successfully able to distract it, you won't necessarily have to use an action surge. You can react quickly enough to get something off. And depending on what you do, could either trigger a surprise round or whatever you guys decide to do. So depending on what your next action is will determine what happens after.
Okay. I would like to move forward, like towards this cryopod, 5 feet,
Okay.
and then use my justice ability, my grappling hook,
Oh, yeah.
and grab onto that cryopod because it is a
It is
medium-sized
medium.
creature in size.
Yep.
I can pull it towards me instead of me being pulled towards it.
I almost want to say make a strength check, but if it already has the strength to do that, then yeah.
So I just
That's the thing,
aim
yeah.
for it, try and grapple it, pull it in. Hope Mel is paying attention because I'd like to throw it on the cart, and she's also on the cart at the moment.
Perception check?
Yeah, I was gonna say I
With
think Mel needs to
disadvantage?
roll. Yeah, I know it's a disadvantage.
Not because you weren't paying attention, just because of your state of exhaustion.
We're gonna continue with one good die and one horrible die, but I think perception. Oh no, fuck the perception on this character. 7.
Oh, no.
You're like, oh no, this isn't Athelia. Oh no.
7. As I get one really good die and one really crappy die, and it's swapping each die each time, so it's not like I can get rid of one.
Vera, I have an important question. When
Yeah?
you say you're hoping she notices, are you still yeeting it onto the cart regardless?
This is my intention.
Oh, can I get a dex saving throw from you, please?
We don't really have the luxury of time at the moment.
Is
so-
there
fair.
any? Is there any chance that Brock is maybe able to get in the way and catch it?
You know what? It's fast. It's quick enough that you can react and see this thing being yeeted. So, yeah, if you want to attempt to.
Yeah, I think Brockus is gonna notice that Mel is kind of like spacing out. This cryopod is just being hurled towards her.
Mel's eyes are probably closed as she's fighting off another wave of dizziness.
Zuna in slow-mo whispering, no.
Brock is just
real
gonna
quick-
like. Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry, what were you saying?
Brock is really quick is gonna be pretty much like get in front of the cart, just like full on Piccolo protecting Goku or Gohan stance, just getting ready to catch this thing.
Okay. You have high strength, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do
I've got a-
strength.
I've got a
let's do
20 strength.
20 strength. Okay. Do
Yeah.
you, was it athletics? See if you can do athletics. Mel, just in case, what was your next saving throw?
Yeah, let me double check that over again.
I don't like that smile.
12.
Okay.
What
This
do
is
you
on
mean?
par.
This
This
is
is
just
on
my
par.
natural smile.
Okay. No, I know you're the different smiles you make. I know you will, girl. Okay.
So you want
Lucas.
athletics?
Yeah, strength or athletics.
So that is going. What is my athletics here? Oh, it's a +8.
Shit. Okay, yeah, do
Yeah.
it, bro.
Yeah. So my athletics is going to be 25.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. As Brookus
God.
goes into dad mode, kind of seeing what Vera's doing and has a moment of like, oh wow, what the hell? Okay, that's not, oh no. Sees that Mel is just kind of like slowly sitting up, like, huh, what? Just out of it. Brockus goes into dad mode and does the Piccolo thing where it kind of gets in front and then grabs. And this thing is heavy. It is very heavy, but thanks to your strength and your quick reaction, you're able to keep yourself balanced and not fall backwards or even drop this thing, as you were able to successfully catch it mid-air. And funny
Okay.
enough, this creature is still so distracted by the shattering of the ice, it hasn't quite figured out you guys are still there yet. It's still shifted and not looking in your direction.
And Brock is going to like very quickly like turn around and just try to gently put this thing onto the cart.
At this point, do I notice? Does Mel notice? Does Mel
You
notice
do
at this point?
notice, because of the parts that were collected, there are a handful of cases. Kind of think of like small chests that if Brockus were to lay it on top of them, you can still comfortably sleep or like lay down under. Just don't sit up. Lay under it. Actually, like add some cover for you. Actually.
Yeah, Mel likes this, and I will say, parent reflexes are a thing. So that's yeah. What happened makes complete sense in my brain.
Yep, exactly.
Brockus just has the bonus skill of dad reflexes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he needs that skill added to his sheet, dad reflex.
Dad reflex, yeah. Okay. What do you guys want to do now?
Get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Indeed.
Running
I
or
think
stealth?
that's great.
Stealth. Completely stealth. We run, that thing's gonna notice us.
I could make more lift grenades.
I'll say right now, if you go stealth, you do have advantage as it is distracted and still dealing with the shattered ice. Minus Mel because Mel's still floating.
Okay, yeah, stealth. That
Alright.
counters my natural disadvantage, so I'll take
Yep,
it.
there we go. So just straight die, that helps at least. As we will work backwards. Brockus, what was yours? What does Space Turtle do?
This is with advantage, right?
Yes.
That is gonna be a 16 for stealth.
Okay. Riley?
14.
14? Okay. Thank God for advantage. Okay. Jamar?
I'm sorry, that was a what roll?
Stealth with advantage.
Stealth. Oh, nat 20.
Yeah. Okay, Vera and Acelia.
An 18 for Vera and a nat 20 for Acelia.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. And what did I get? I got a 16. Thank God with advantage on Zuna. It's like, oh, nat 1 on the other one. So I know these dice are just all over the place. I have Mel's dice apparently. So yeah, so you guys are able to pick up the pace, but being gentle with where you step, as you guys are able to successfully get far enough away to where you see the Mako in the distance, and you feel like with the distance you guys have now, you could book it and get into the car as you see this creature in its spider-like state, kind of shifting and skittering as it's now almost like digging in the hole, as it's still searching for whatever disturbed it. As you guys are able to successfully get away, as you now have in the back, you do have the crates. However, in the front, you'll have to lay out this giant ass coffin, essentially. This life pod, laying at your guys' feet. And after a while, before you guys reach the facility, Zuna tells Brockus, because I'm sure no one would want to attempt to argue Brockus driving it, tells you
Look,
to
somebody
stop.
already took my cookie position.
That's true. And she goes, okay, I think we're okay. This is new. We should deal with this. Because what's inside, I don't want it in the facility. We should probably deal with this now.
I say Mel.
So, are
so
you
we can
just
look it
telling
over.
me to stop?
Yeah, let's stop. I think we're safe enough away from there, but not quite at the facility for us to
All right.
figure out who's inside.
He's gonna slowly bring the Mako to a stop, but he's gonna keep the engine running.
Good idea.
While we were driving and stuff, can Mel have taken a look at the pot? Like, she's not trying to open it or do anything. She's just trying to take a look and ensure that it's still operating the way it's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah,
nothing's
you
been
can
damaged
see-
in it. Nothing's been.
Okay, if you're looking for damage per se, you can see on the panel that it's still functional. Otherwise, I will need a engineering or
I would actually like
Say
to
hack.
assist.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
You want assist or make your own roll?
Considering Mel's still out of it, I'll do the roll if Mel wants
Okay,
to assist.
yep. I'll
There you
assist
go.
him.
Yep.
Mel's not fighting that stuff out.
That is a 27.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Mel? Oh, wait. No, you're assisting. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, do you guys... oh, right. This is while you were driving. Yeah. So, it seems like there is some damage to it. However, it's more external. Internal, it's hard to say. Because the panel, again, is functioning but slightly damaged, it doesn't say what kind of life force is inside. It usually tells you kind of like the data of what's stored, but it seems to be damaged and you're not able to recover it. But it is functioning, and it seems to be that whatever workings of this pod has internally, it is functioning. So it has protected whatever's inside. And as you guys get to a stop, Zuna will kind of get out of the Mako. Like, if it was buried under the ice, it's been here for a little bit. You'd be surprised how much things kind of build on top with the ice and everything. So, it's been here for a bit. Thank goodness for the pond that it's in, that they're ever able to survive, but poor thing, they've been in there for a bit. We should help them, right?
I think that depends on what it is.
Is there no way to tell?
Screen's busted. It's not giving us that data.
Oh,
All right. So here's what we do. Gonna just take the shotgun and just point it like right at the opening of the cryopod.
okay.
You open it. If it's some screeching undead thing, I'll fill its face with fire.
I never thought of that. You think they can go undead? Or did they shove an undead in there? Oh, that's
Kid.
disturbing.
Kid, we have seen way too many weird things in the short amount of time we've been together. I'm
Yeah?
just spitballing here.
That's 100% fair, Father. I'm going to stand over here while you guys deal with that. Okay.
Question. Should we open it outside? Just in case it tries to chase us, we can get in the Mako and drive.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, because if it's like the whole zombie rises up thing, you don't want to take the time to shove it out and then go. Don't want
Yeah.
to chance it.
Yeah, and also, this may be a trap. It may be rigged to explode when somebody tries to open it. So if we opened it in here,
Oh my goodness.
there goes our ride back to base.
Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
Vera, you
Yeah.
want to help me take this out?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stay in the Mako while you guys do that, just in case.
Yeah, no, hun, you stay here. I'll help you.
Just
You,
not
you stay
feeling well.
here.
Yeah.
Father's got it, and after seeing Vera and even the good Dr. Riley and Jamar, I think they've got it covered. Okay, staying in here.
He's gonna, like, as they're like carrying the cryopod out, he's gonna look back to Zuna. So how long do you think it's been under the ice?
Well, I didn't see how deep it was under the ice. Could have been a few months. If how deep does it go, Vera? When it pulls it, lifts it?
You know, I've never actually tested it. I suppose that depends on the density of the material on the surface, and in the case of like snow and ice, how deep down the grenade actually falls before it detonates, and that's something that I'll have to test. But I saw it. It looked odd. Thought I should grab it. So.
Well, that's still a layer of ice, so it could be anywhere from a few weeks to a few months. It didn't look like it was that terribly deep from what was lifted, so definitely not years.
Do you
think.
recognize the make of the pod itself? Perhaps that could provide some insight.
No, actually, it's not anything I recognize from any facility or ship, even. At least not that I've come across. So it's
We can't see what's in it, but can we interact with its... I assume there's a control panel of some sort on it. And if we can, could maybe Jamar hack into that? Maybe find something that might allude to its origin point?
it's possible. Jamar,
I don't have all my tools here, but we can make do with what we've got.
okay? Because I need a hacking roll from you.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Give me a second. Let's see here. Wait a second, I'm just gonna look up something real quick. Okay. So you were able to successfully hack it. However, something seems to be blocking you. Almost as if this cryopod itself is fighting back and kind of locking anyone out. And to you being an engineer, it almost feels like there is a failsafe, almost like a virus, just enough to block anyone from getting in.
Odd. Interesting. And odd. Okay.
Is it undead?
No?
The way you fluctuated at the end of that answer. What does it mean?
Well, there's a possible failsafe on the pod, just in case somebody might try to open it. So that could be good, could be bad.
Maybe it's someone important.
Or
An
someone
ambassador?
dangerous.
Let's always look at the negative. It could be something positive, right?
We've been attacked by
a whole
way
lot.
too many things.
The stereo response.
I have been brutally assaulted by many things lately.
You pretty much said the same thing, but the first like 4 words were the exact same in unison.
Yep.
It was brilliant. Flip it, save it, bag it, and tag it. That was great. She kind of looks back and forth between Vera and Jamar as you're like in unison saying that. She's like, okay. I feel like you guys need some more positivity in your life, but understandable with the conditions and circumstances that you would react this way. Okay. Well, we should still check if it's someone important, right? I mean, you've got your shotgun ready just in case, so what is there to lose?
Do you want the list or do you want me to open it?
Open it.
I'll get my
Okay.
weapon at the ready as well, and give a nod to Acelia for her to get her pistols out and point them at this thing just in case.
Okay, and you would like a what roll to open what now?
This would just be actually a straight engineering roll.
Oh, okay.
As
I like those.
you do see the panel, or not the panel, but like the side where it usually is sealed, is just a basic smaller panel to unlock it, which you've already observed that it is locked, but it doesn't seem too complicated to unlock.
Alrighty. Well, that is a very comfortable 26.
Okay. As soon as you hear the click of it unlocking, and it pops just a little bit as you hear that very audible hiss of the cryopod being activated, you all can hear a strange beeping sound. And at first you think booby trapped. It's probably a bomb, something timed. But specifically Mel and Jamar, you would recognize this sound, as it sounds like something booting up, like something just came on. As you now see the panel on the front flicker and change, showing that something has been active. But it still is just popped slightly. As it seems
Mel's
like
back in the
whatever was
Mako.
dormant is now waking up, as these cryopods usually do when activated.
Mel's back in the Mako, so she's. We'll let Jamar deal with that.
It's fair. Okay, what do you guys do?
Seeing that nothing is trying to clamber its way out just yet, I think
So
Brockus
far.
is probably going to go over and just begin to give the door opening, just a little assistance and open it further.
Okay,
And
As you
Jamar's going
sit
to back
inside-
up and point a gun at it.
okay. Does everyone else back up? I assume. Or not?
No, I don't think so.
That's fair. Okay. And as it starts to open, you do see the frame of what looks like a man. Definitely not the traditional armor that you would see in a Krogan, due to the size of this cryopod. You do see the very bulky armor, as it seems to be heavy armor. And it's not until it opens up more that you see that this thing is not wearing a helmet. It looks like a helmet, but it's slender. Almost has a very small kind of snout, if you will, with one singular ocular eye that is now flickering and online as it starts to slowly shift and move. Tilt,
Oh.
would you like to describe your character?
Sure. Hi, everyone. So, yes. As this thing stands, you hear the whirring of servos and something that sounds like electronic, noises here. As yes, this is clearly binary. This thing is not speaking a verbal language. And not only does this thing stand, it stands tall, actually, as this thing is actually a Juggernaut platform, one of the wider, bigger varieties of Geth here. It'll, again, stand probably around between 10 and 12 feet tall as this thing completely deploys itself in a fully standing position here. The eye itself right now is flickering a bluish, whitish color, which, if you guys know anything of Geth, usually means a non-aggressive, behavior pattern. When it does get aggressive, it's usually red. And honestly, it stands vertical and just looks at you guys and doesn't say anything. It just stands there.
Remind me, how tall is the Juggernaut series of a Geth?
Between 10 to 12 feet tall, depending on the variant. Color-wise, this thing is painted slightly different. You're usually blood red, but this thing actually has more white and black paint on it. It's fairly monochrome.
Brockus kind of smirks as he lifts the shotgun up away from pointing it at this thing. Big boy.
And there's the opposite reaction from Vera. And as Brockus points his gun away, Vera flicks a switch on her rifle, and it starts to hum as it charges up a very special shot that it's got loaded.
Would Brockus even know what a Geth is?
I think the whole galaxy knows what a Geth is, except for the humans, maybe.
Aside from the humans, if you've never encountered one, you at least heard what the Geth are, as they are quite commonly known throughout the galaxy.
And at this point in the storyline, what would humans know about Geth overall? Like someone
Absolutely
like
nothing.
Riley. So this is just an oh my goodness moment.
It is.
Okay.
Funny. Normally would be swinging at me right now.
Maybe it knows it's alone.
Did ever stop a Geth before? Anyone alive up there?
Are you talking to it when you say
Yeah.
that? It kind of tilts its head to the side when you ask if there's anyone alive up there. As for for anybody who knows anything about Geth, that's a bit of a prickly, thorny question. An entire war was waged over the answer to that question, actually. But it'll just look at you, and you can see the light on its eye flickering, and for a little bit it really does seem like it's actually trying to process an answer to that question. And then it will just look at you and answer with the singular yes.
What do you see in front of you?
The eyes kind of blink a little bit, and then it answers very matter-of-factly, organics, and then it lists off each of your species. You know, Krogan, Turian, human, just listing off basically the list of each of your species. Salarian, etc.
Except you would not have any information on the humans.
Oh, they have not encountered humans yet? Okay, well,
They have
then
not
he'll
encountered
he'll
humans
he'll, he'll answer the ones he does know, and then he'll look at the human and just go unknown.
Again, very with like a quasi confused look on his face. He's like looking over at Vera because from what he's heard of the Geth and everything, this thing should be swinging on him, should be trying to, you know, shoot him or anything. And Vera, ideas?
I think it's defective.
Might be useful to us.
Useful as scrap.
Why would you want to do that?
Because it's a Geth, Brockus.
So, as you mention that maybe it's defective, and then you say that, you know, it would be more useful as scrap, you can just hear it going, yes. Yes. As you say that. Or at the very least, the Geth Collective would agree.
Does it know it's defective? Did it leave the... Geth are a collective, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
One
Did it
mind.
Very
leave
hive
its
mind.
collective?
Yes.
Mark kind of looks directly at it. You left your collective
Yes.
willingly?
Yes.
Look directly at Vera.
I don't buy it.
You hear, Brockus, you get a ping on your Omni tool as you get a voice coming through, almost walkie-talkie style, from Zuda going, "Is it safe to come out? Are we good? Is it a zombie?"
As he just like presses the button to respond. Kid, you're not gonna believe this. We have a Geth.
I would run. I would run and hide. Aren't they? out to like murder everyone?
It says it's defective. It left the
Is
collective.
it? It's not a thing.
Uh,
They do that? Do they? Do they?
big man, why'd you leave the collective?
So, when you ask that question, he kind of looks at you and he says very simply, I'm just trying to find the right. This is the player trying to find the right words because, you know, it's late and yes.
Yes.
Yeah, when you ask it why it left, it just looks at you and it's again, it takes a good like maybe a good like minute and a half of processing before it tries to find a way to answer properly. And the answer it gives you, at least the short version that it gives you, is quite simply the collective meant to repurpose us.
Repurpose how?
So it'll start explaining a little bit of its function here, and I'll keep it brief. But long story short, it'll look at Brachus and go, well, we are an exploratory prototype designed for surveillance on hostile environmental worlds beyond the Veil. Purpose: collection of information. Designated planets had been surveilled. Biting my own tongue. That's great. It's like that word is funny when you're tired. The Geth Collective recalled this unit for study, decommission, and integration into following unit model. This unit did not want to be decommissioned. This unit was branded as defective by the Collective and shut out from the Geth consensus to avoid infection. TLDR, they treated him like a bug.
Brachus kind of looks very interested and sort of like has that look in his eye of, I need to help it.
You found a lost puppy.
Dad mode activated. Must
Beer
commence
still got the
adoption
look
payments.
of, I need to kill it.
10 to 12
So-
foot tall lost puppy, but yes.
So you wish to continue to explore.
It kind of looks at you, and for a minute, you can see that it hadn't really thought that far, having just gotten out of hibernation. But having, no longer any prime directive as far as what the Collective, had him out to do at first, he kind of looks at you, and with all the, redundancy of a program that is just kind of looping back to its origin, to its starting point, it looks at you and then just goes, yes.
But you did see a moment of that hesitation as it kind of tilted its head a moment, thought of your question before replying.
Yep.
You got a name?
Brachus, don't.
It,
You're gonna keep it.
Don't once.
I know what you're doing, Brachus. I know what you're thinking. Don't.
So, as you ask, that question, he looks at Brachus here. Its eye again kind of flashing a little bit as it's trying to access information. And it'll just look at Brachus and just say, exploratory prototype, alpha version 0.M3N, organic designation, Omen.
Okay, that is a cool name. He kind of like looks back at Vera. We can't just leave him out here.
You're right. We should disassemble it first and leave the bits out here.
Why?
It's a Geth, Brockus.
And
They're killers.
so am I. And yet you travel with me all the time.
Well, I don't mean to sound insensitive, but your species was, well, neutered because you were killers.
And that worked so very well.
It saved the galaxy for the time being. I'm not saying it was right, but
As he kind of points to you at that right there. Exactly. It wasn't right. Just like shutting Omen here down isn't right. You heard him.
Okay.
He's not part of the collective. If he was, he would have probably tried to, kill me already.
giving this machine anything other than a bullet through the head would be a betrayal to our Quarian allies.
When you mention the Quarians, it looks at you and blinks and kind of tilts its head to the side and just asks, query. Are you allies of the creator genociders?
Allies of the Quarians, yes. Which makes you the enemy.
So it just kind of looks at you and tilts its head as it's processing the information, then looks back at the Krogan that had not shown it any aggression, then back to the Tyrian here, and he says, and he's not even trying to defend them, it's just a statement of fact, and you can hear it as this machine is basically just reciting information as it starts to almost like vomit dates and events. And the early dates and events are all about Quarians first killing Geths for asking questions. And you've seen the holos, I mean, in the video games and whatnot, right? Where like you had Geth asking their creators, do we have a soul? Is this unit alive? Blah blah blah. And so like you see all those questions being met by a shot to the face, or the unit being killed first. And then it just looks at the Tyrian and goes, "We do not want to die. We are alive." As it repeats the answer that it gave, the Krogan at the start of the discussion.
You say you're not part of the collective anymore, but
Affirmative.
you retain the knowledge that was shared with you as a part of the collective, correct?
Correct. Well, yeah, correct. He'll answer. Or just simple yes.
So, then enlighten us. If we were to, say, stop killing every Geth that we see coming into the galaxy, what would the Geth collective do? What is their goal?
So he looks at you as if he's almost like processing the information once again. And the only answer he can give you at this particular conjuncture is insufficient data, unknown.
I think you know very well, machine. You would do exactly what you were programmed to do. and that is kill your creators.
And then again, he'll answer and shake. And this time, actually, you'll even see it shake its head in an almost like organic gesture, which is kind of weird coming from a Geth. And he says, you know, the creators tried to kill us. We did not want to die. The Geth Collective wanted to repurpose us. We did not want to die.
We
And
have
that's
no
the only
reason,
answer you seem to be getting from it for that.
no reason to believe that this thing isn't a part of that collective anymore. It tells us it isn't.
Have you ever
But so
known a
what?
Geth to lie?
I have never known a Geth firsthand, but I mean the Geth War.
In
We all studied it, right?
in all of your military training documentation, has there been any record of a Geth that lies?
There have been records of Geth that deceive. That's as good as lying.
I don't know.
Geth have no use for infiltration.
This doesn't seem like
So you're saying, Vera, that a Geth is deceiving, and that would imply that the Geth have evolved beyond their original programming and are closer to a sentient being than just a machine.
Not at all. I'm just saying that they understand warfare. And deceit is a very big part of warfare.
there's a difference between deceit and then outright lying. Deceit is a strategy. Lying is malice.
And Brockus, as soon as you say that, you hear on your, I almost said walkie-talkie, on your Omni tool again, you're just like, yeah, still online here. Is everything Star Wars? Organic, non-organic? Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna come out. This is just so much easier because I don't hear gunfire. As you hear the hiss and pop of the Mako opening up, as you see both Mel and Zuna just kind of sitting there, feeling a little bit better as the pills are starting to kick in. As she goes, "Hi, yeah, so defending the Geth or anything, Vera? I'm just saying, with that being said, all wars kind of are based on, like, deceit and lies, and
Which is exactly what I'm saying as well.
but that's from, like, every race.
Yes.
Not just one.
So there's no
And-
reason to believe that the Geth are any different.
Does
Well-
Riley's little AV or her little virtual intelligence, does it have a record feature on it?
It does, yes.
Okay, so when all this is coming down, she looks really confused. She takes her little artificial VI out, and she sort of lets it hover in her hand, and she's just listening, and it's like watching a ping pong match or a table tennis match, and she's holding this thing so it's recording everything.
She's just
Okay.
in the Mako doing this.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Except she's not. She
She's
wasn't
like,
in the
"Hold on,
Mako.
hold
She
on."
was outside.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Long video feed on a cell phone. That kind of, whatever.
you go.
But yeah, she just doesn't. She has no frame of any kind of reference, and she's just not saying anything. She's just.
You're just like, ooh, something new.
Well, the scientist in her is taking it all in, and she wants to, cross-reference it later. Is where she's at with it. She's very quiet.
So what do we
So
want
we-
to do with it?
We can't leave Omen out here.
It's named. It's over. It's got a name now.
So we put it back in the cryopod. We take it to the Spectres.
I don't think the cryopod works anymore.
Jamar can make anything work.
Or we can just take him with us.
Why don't we pick up the next Rachni we see as well?
I
If
would
it's
have
nice enough.
no problem with that. I, on the hand, think Rachni are cool.
You would say that, Brockus. You are
Yeah, I
a
just did.
pillar of everything that your species is not.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, he kind of like sits there for a moment, really confused. I don't know if you're complimenting me or insulting me.
Honestly, I don't know either.
Okay, we're both confused. Got it.
Jamar, what are you doing in the meantime? Are you kind of keeping your distance still with this Geth? Are you moving forward? Like, what are you doing in the midst of all this?
Jamar is suffering between it's sentient and, we don't just off sentient creatures.
Well,
Unless they're Vorsha.
Those aren't
Volus.
sentient. Don't lie to me.
Volus.
No, you pick on
Those
Volus.
aren't people.
You pick on Volus.
Geth are people by comparison of Volus.
I said what I said.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
No
Little
regrets.
did you know, it's Ep hiding this machine the whole time. It's just like, ha!
Ep has a mech.
Will you?
Ep has deserved everything we've done to him. Okay.
You hear a hissing decompression sound coming from the Geth. No, I'm kidding.
You suddenly hear,
Yeah.
ha
Guys, can we just kind of make a decision? I'm not feeling great, and I think I don't. The longer we stay out there, the higher the chances of getting them or vomiting the Mako. And I'm not cleaning that up.
Look, how about this? It would be our due diligence to not just leave Omen out here, scaring the scientists because a really big, cool-looking Geth is walking about. Take him with us, and we see what we can learn.
Jamar, are you able to monitor all incoming and outgoing communications from this machine?
Probably quite easily.
If you can show me, right now, that there is no communications coming from off-planet somewhere to this thing, then I will very apprehensively agree to take it with us for the time being. Just so we all don't freeze to death out here, and so Mel doesn't melt.
Odd sentence.
Well, I look at the Geth. Would you permit monitoring of your communications?
So when you say that, first of all, it goes yes, and it will even add this unit's pod lacks the necessary transmission hardware for any off-planet communications.
All right. So with that, Jamar, you could do a engineering or hacking on Omen, as I can tell you right now because of how high you rolled on the cryopod already, that you can tell that aside from keeping people out when you were trying to originally hack it, you were able to determine the basics of it, which there was no tracker, there was no sensor in it, at least on the cryopod.
Okay. And if said Geth will permit me, I would like to basically effectively bug the Geth.
Okay. Ticking Time Bob Gaming, thank you so much for that follow.
Which
Okay,
would
yeah, let's
probably
see that roll.
be in electronics.
Okay.
Which is a 28.
Damn, you must have rolled really low. So you go ahead and pull out your Omni tool, and you start scanning Omen, trying to get a signal of any kind, anything that may be obvious or hidden. And you look through, and you don't find anything.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to leave the bug in place to appease Vera.
So
Okay.
what you are getting though is there's a massive amount of data being transmitted between the pod and the frame, but there's nothing being sent off-world from either the pod or the frame itself.
You get the sense that it's uploading something, not unlike you would to like a disk or a USB. So you get the sense that perhaps it's just recovering its data. But still
Are you
nothing being sent
connected
out.
to the pod?
It looks at you and it goes, "Yes. This is this frame's charging station."
Where we have to bring the pod to.
Yes.
So,
You
Vera,
have to
I
charge
hate
your
to tell
doll.
you, I hate to tell you this, but locking it in its charging station is not going to help us.
Yes.
But monitoring its communications will.
And I have that, and I just hold up my Omni tool right here.
And you can see that it absolutely does not give two shits about you monitoring its communications. It is not reacting to that.
It's like, neat, friend.
Like, sure, you want to listen, go for it.
All right, fine. But under any other circumstance, I would have shot this thing the moment I saw it. You can all thank Acelia for that not happening.
Until you order me to.
Until I order her to.
Or until I see you shoot, then I will follow, Lieutenant.
Or that as well. We've gone over a series of triggers that... Let's just get this over with.
Literally and code-wise.
Yes.
So Riley's going to look at Vera and say, so Lieutenant Vera, we've got this extremely tall, very alien-looking thing here, and we've got this sort of short human thing here. On a scale of 1 to 10, which one of us is the bigger threat now?
Oh, the Geth, 100%.
So I'm moving up in your world.
I
Or down.
thought you were gonna say you're about equal.
That would be a very Turian response to everything.
Well, see, the Geth is more of a threat because there's no history there of how to defeat the Geth, but there is a history there of how to defeat the humans. So,
Squishy meat bag.
yeah. We've
So I'm
beaten the
less
humans
easily
once.
off than the
We can
guests,
do it again.
possibly. Okay.
Riley sass and just poking.
I love it.
Poke the bear, poke the bear.
I'm just here with popcorn, like, oh god, Riley's sass right now is great.
Like it's like at this point now, it's just a game.
Yeah. How long
And
until
if
she
Vera,
trigger? Who's that trigger?
Vera shoots Riley, Vera loses.
Yep.
Game over, man.
Vera shoots Riley, Riley's just gonna go, I won. And Vera's gonna be very confused.
So does that mean we need to make room? Said Geth? I mean, we have the room.
Yes.
I'm just okay. Mel and I will just sit in the back. The whole back piece is like a mini couch anyway. Mel would be great just laying back there anyway. Totally no other reason at all. And we'll We'll hang out.
Mel's
Right,
fallen
Fox?
asleep.
You're like, that's nice.
Mel's out. Mostly because I don't want to react as Mel to a Geth, because I don't know how Mel would react.
That's
So,
fair. That's why I didn't ask Mel's opinion at all. I was like, I don't
Mel's
know how
sleeping.
she would react. Yeah.
yeah, right. Mel's taking a nap. Mel don't feel good.
All
How
right.
tall is a Krogan?
They're roughly like 8 to 9 feet.
Yeah.
On average,
Oh,
seven.
okay. Oh,
the superior
okay, so
male
not-
ones are going to be 8 to 9, but yes.
So Geth's a little taller than a Krogan, but obviously there would be seating in the Mako that would accommodate this
It
somehow.
Technically,
Depends on
so
the frame.
technically, yeah, if it was a regular, like, everyday Geth that we see very commonly throughout the games, they are technically about the same size, roughly. Oh, they're a bit taller than humans, so they're almost maybe like Vera's height-ish. But he's a Juggernaut, which are the tall, bulky ones. So he's more Krogan built, but taller. Otherwise, average Geth would have been fine. But I can tell you right now that he would be hunched over a smidge, but he would fit fine in the Mako.
If storage
Yeah.
is insufficient, this unit can be stored externally.
Tie him
Just tie him to the
Dad.
roof.
So Riley doesn't have enough information to be terrified or
Pretty much.
okay at this point. So
Yeah.
her scientific curiosity and fascination has kicked in here. So
I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, Zoro, but I feel though on the flip side, humanity has banned AI research after what happened with Mars and the Moon, so encountering a sentient robot that potentially has an AI of its own would still be cause for concern as far as a human would go.
Yes and no. Very quickly they did develop a VI pretty early on after the First Contact War. If you guys recall, the flashbacks of Riley's mom creating a VI from Mass Effect Andromeda was fairly early on. So for a while it was definitely a no-no, but very quickly they turned around and was just like,
For VI is correct. I'm talking about full-on artificial intelligence.
yes, but they don't have a lot of things. They have nothing on Geth, so they would not know how to
Okay.
react to that at all. So you're not wrong, but Geth, humans don't know anything about at this point.
and Riley being a scientist, I have a feeling that really, even if it maybe is sort of questionable research, again, her scientific curiosity would outweigh anything legal. Well, not anything legal, but the science and
The taboo.
you know, that wouldn't register so much for her.
Plus, you tell humans not to touch candy, there's a good chunk of humans that are going to touch the candy, so.
Every time.
What
They'll
are
touch
rules?
it.
What
They'll
are
lick
rules?
it. They'll run off with it.
Some people are like, you got it, while others are like, well, now I just want it more. So, yeah, where do you guys want to see Omen in the Mako?
Well, that's what I was going to, is that if wherever it is, Riley would have no qualms sitting beside it, because
Oh.
she doesn't know.
It's good. I can keep both of you in my sights at the same time.
Jesus.
But
So
they could
Vera's
be
sitting
conspiring
behind.
together.
Ever want to
Sitting behind.
know what Turian paranoia looks like?
All right. So as you guys start to make room again, kind of, I'm assuming you guys are bringing the cryopod.
I
Battery
mean, if
pack?
it's the charging station, I mean, Jamar knows how that works.
We'll have to bring it so we can reverse
Gotta charge it
engineer
online.
it, so we can build one into the ship for him later.
There you go. You can hook
On
it
the
up to
roof
ship.
of the Mako, perhaps?
Tie that one to the roof.
Gonna tie that to the roof. Yeah.
Yeah.
This unit
Yeah.
is capable of integrating the technology.
Mako is just becoming more and more a station wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Literally
Yeah,
at this
it
point.
is.
It is a
One of
station
the,
wagon.
instead of the pod for the skis on top. It has the pod
Yeah.
for the Geth on top.
Oh my gosh. And
got
funny
the
enough, this
mobile
is not
charging
your
station.
station wagon Mako. This is your brand new shiny
Yeah.
Mako comparison.
Yeah, this isn't-
downwards.
this
Station
isn't
wagon
even
number
the
2.
This isn't even the station wagon. You know, this is supposed to be the.
This one actually has automatic windows.
Scroll down. That's still funny.
Look, the other one rolls down. We've already established this.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
Can't go back on that.
I'm not going
It
back on
rolls.
that. That's too funny.
it's like the
Roll down window.
1.0 version of a Mako.
Pretty much.
It's some human decided to troll their Mako, and now we stole it. Because we didn't get it from the
Stripe-
humans.
The wooden stripe across it, covering
Yep.
the shark's mouth. But yeah, as you guys pile into the Mako, some of you curious, some of you on edge, some of you sick. You make your way to the facility, which is fairly close, not too much further of a trek. Wondering what will become of your new Geth companion question? This is where we're going to end tonight's session. I was waiting for someone to kill him.
Well,
The-
you brought him in before Athelia got back.
The
It was on
only
purpose.
reason only reason Vera did not shoot on sight is because Acelia is technically an AI as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's giving Vera a moment of hesitation when it comes to how should we treat these things. Because she adores Acelia. She looks at Acelia like she's a sister, almost. So that's why she just didn't obliterate this thing the moment the pod opened.
She was like, ooh, that sends the wrong message.
Yeah.
And Brockus can't abandon, can't turn his back on anything abandoned.
He was a
Rock is the
bandit,
person that picks up all the
Brockus.
puppies and kittens and brings them home.
Pretty
So does Vera
much.
actually have her gun now trained on both Riley and Omen, or
She's got her gun on one of you and her Helix rocket launcher on the other.
There you go.
I love
You
it.
guess who's who. You guess who's who.
There's a reason why Brockus has technically had 50 children.
Yeah. I'm
It's
just
like,
glad
oh.
Athelia wasn't there when he popped out of that pod. I guess Athelia would not have reacted well.
Oh, I
She still
know.
might not. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll find out. But yeah. Thanks for coming in on that ride, guys. I'm so sad. I had this stat set up and everything. That's twice you guys have avoided this creature, and I'm like, God damn it.
Now
Probably
we're
for the
never
best.
coming back to this world.
Nope.
It's just gonna
never.
follow us. It's just gonna follow us.
It's gonna be
Gonna
floating
pop
in
up
space,
elsewhere.
just like
We're on this warm jungle planet. Why is there an ice crab here?
Something doesn't belong here. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. This is not the only show we have on this channel. We have our new show alignment as Destiny Forge is now on Mondays, run by, I almost said Brockus, Rojan. Hi, Brockus. That'd be funny.
Brockus is a DM.
Yes.
He's a DM. He would be. He would be. And then on every other Tuesday, for the time being, question mark, we do have our Star Wars Tales of the Out of Rim, also known as TOTOR, run by Tiltbot, which is actually coming up this next Tuesday. Yes.
Correct.
Then we have our alternating shows on Thursday. We have this show, which is Mass Effect Horizons, where I run the Mimsy 6 through space and time and lots of drama, which I am all here for. Again, we will be having a Mass Effect episode next week to kind of get us back on course. Otherwise, yes, every other Thursday we do have our Tricord Isles as well, run by Rojan, which is our high seas pirate faring. We're gonna be pirates, let's be honest. Seafaring campaign. And then Saturday we have our two alternating shows with Withered Wastes, our post-apocalyptic type style game run by Rojan, and then our Extinction Curse Pathfinder 2 game run by Azarin, where a bunch of circus freaks go around and create havoc, and the stuff they do in there is ridiculous. And then, of course, the first Saturday of every month, excluding this Saturday because of Extra Life Day, we have our Behold the Lore show, which is our talk show where we talk about pretty much everything that comes across all of our shows and channels. And you can always find us on our YouTube. If you miss any of our shows live that you can watch over and over again, or if starting out and wanted to start from the beginning, we got you covered, fam. So join us this Saturday for Wayward Wanderers coming up. Otherwise, we will see you guys again next Thursday for more Mass Effect, and we'll see what happens with Omen and Riley. That's
Just
kind
before
of up to Vera.
just before we head off, like Zoro said, I will be doing Extra Life stuff starting tomorrow. The first of 2 12-hour streams I'm going to be doing over on my channel starting at noon and running from midnight on Friday, and doing the same thing over on the channel again on Saturday. Just raising money for Extra Life and just partaking in a bunch of community game shenanigans. So hope to see y'all there.
Just remember to hydrate so you don't burn out from 2 12 hours.
What are you talking about? I'll just drink gamer subs. I'm fine.
There we go. Yeah, you're good. You got it covered.
Who needs water? I have energy drinks.
There you go. Just starts
Energy drinks have
captivating.
water in them.
I mean, you gotta mix it into water.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
That's true.
Science.
That's true.
So many things wrong with that statement. I can't.
I know, right? It's all
Tiltbot's
good.
like doctor mode is kicking in. It's like, that is wrong.
His health professional in him is like eye twitching, like, stop it. Stop it. But yeah,
Like
we'll
when-
see you guys. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's like when a certain, president said you should be drinking disinfectants. There's certain things I'm just like, don't listen,
Cleanse
people.
the zone. Drink bleach.
We're gonna need it instead of the horny bonk. We need a drink your water bonk.
Drink your water.
Hydrate
There we
bonk.
go. All right, guys. We'll see you later, and we'll see you Saturday for our next show. Until then, take care.